Okay, well, last time that we spoke, I said that I'm going to do an experiment, which is hopefully as life-changing or as impactful as the 30-day Film Yourself challenge. I kind of know it will be because there is something that has been bothering me. It has been bothering me for quite a while now. It is actually something that, if you look at it from a perspective of who I was before all of this, I was completely opposed to the technology, to the whole fact of being completely glued to it. I remember I was one of like the latest, potentially maybe the last person in the Netherlands in my age bracket to get Instagram, to get Facebook, to go on social media at all. Those were the happy times. Anyway, I'm talking about my phone. Like many of you out there, I'm completely addicted to it. It goes as far as it is possibly the only thing that is currently, when I'm not with others or when I'm not doing anything else, it is probably the only one that is upping my my dopamine levels or spiking it, I must say. It is, I don't know why I'm completely sweating while talking about it. It's very interesting that my body is reacting while I'm talking about this. It could also be because I'm sitting kind of directly into the sun. Anyway, it is now Tuesday morning, 8:25 here in the Netherlands. It is the 9th of April. The experiment will be that I'm going to try to limit my screen time of this device, the device that I'm filming on right now, to less than an hour a day. And I will have to show it, so I will have to find a way of editing in the screenshots of the phone into the video. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but we'll have to do it. Yeah, 30 days of complete, it's not real fasting, right? So it's not complete going cold turkey. However, I wish I could. I just can't, I will need the phone here and there. That's just how it is. Cannot do anything about it. Still, I will have to go. I just need to do it. It's such a horrendous thing, it's sucking the life out of me. It is giving zero value. Basically what I'm doing the whole, well, not the whole day, but when I'm on the phone, when I have some time off, I'm watching YouTube videos. I love doing that. I think it's amazing. However, it is just, when I watch for 2 hours, 3 hours, I don't even remember the first video I watched. The second one, the third, the 100th, I have no idea. Even the last one, I could not name any of the videos I watched yesterday, and I probably watched maybe from 8 o'clock until 11, 3 hours of YouTube binging. I do know that I'm kind of in an Anno 1800. This is a video game, real-time strategy video game. I think it's an RTS. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm kind of in a rabbit hole watching videos on this game, and I even played it yesterday evening. I played a little bit of Anno 1800. It's like a city builder type of game, like a civilization city builder. Very much fun, but I do know I've been watching videos on that. Okay, but what did I look at? That's a good question. I'm also I feel that it's doing something with my eyes as well. So I cannot explain what is happening, but I'm feeling like my eyesight is narrowing because of this little screen that is always in front of my eyes. I feel like my eyes are starting to position more. I cannot explain it, but I just feel it for some reason. And it is not this focusness that can happen from anxiety, right? That you focus very much on a single point. it is, I feel like it's also, it's very much the positioning also of my eyes, because I'm just continuously in front of this enormously small screen. And actually I know for sure that it's my eyes. It must be something with my eyes, because there's this new feature that tracks distance from the screen, and I've been enabling it for the past 2 days, and I continuously get the message, please move away from the screen with your face. And then that is literally happening every 10 seconds. So my personal habit is to probably move it as close to my face as possible. So it's just bad, you know. It's great fun, right? It's physically, it is not that damaging, right? It's not like smoking, which I clearly won. I won the battle of smoking. It is not as bad as smoking weed or smoking cigarettes or drinking every day. I understand that, but it could be as bad for the brain, right? So it could be. I need to. It's also an experiment, you know. I'm not saying this is going to solve all my problems, right? The limited set of problems, to be honest. I'm very much aware that I'm in a good situation, right? I'm lucky. However, I'm also very much interested in what is it going to do, you know? You don't know what you don't know. I cannot remember the time when I wasn't addicted to the phone. So I'm interested in figuring out, understanding, if I can keep up 30 days of less than an hour of screen time, what is it going to do to me? You know, is it going to give me more joy in the mundane? Is it going to help me enjoy the time with my kids more, which I hope? Is it going to help me enjoy the time with my wife more? I hope. Is it going to allow me to utilize that excess energy or that excess probably motivation to do something, to stay busy? Is it gonna help me to basically put that into something else, you know? It's all part of the experiment, I think. This whole experience, what you're looking at, is very much an experience of trying to become a better version of myself via these experiments, right? and they look extremely mundane, and they look extremely simple. Yes, they are simple, but they are not easy, right? This is just part of me, probably been part of me. The phone addiction and the YouTube addiction probably has been part of me since, I'm guessing, already 8 years, potentially, probably 8 years. So what the next 30 days is trying to rewire the pathways in my brain that have been cobbled there and laid out there and strengthened there and forced there via the incessant, continuous beaming of those neurons and those pathways in my brain that just crave and love to watch this insanely little fucked up screen. Yeah, that is the whole experiment, right? What is going to happen, and the trueness of it, right? The rawness of it is that no editing, no fakeness, no bullshit. The hardest part of this, I'm assuming, obviously, is putting away the phone, but also capturing it, as much of it as possible. It's now the 9th of April, 2024, but potentially because of the lack of phone, I might have a lot more motivation and energy to pick up the phone more often and then film. So many benefits can come out of this. To be honest, this is an asymmetric exercise when it comes to outcome, right? Because it is, in a sense, it's tough, but the potential benefits of it can last for a lifetime, right? So 30 days of pain, if I can rewire my brain hard, obviously 30 days won't be enough to, all those pathways that have been laid there, they're basically cemented there, right? Of 8 years of habit forming. It's going to be tough. The same with smoking, the same with whatever habit you're trying to unlock or trying to carve out of your life. Same toughness is going to be here, but I think that the first 30 days, right? Everybody's talking about 30 days, blah blah blah. I'm gonna see if it's really 30 days, and I'm gonna be objective about it as much as possible. showing you the rawness, showing myself the rawness as well, because it's definitely a video to myself again. Look where you started out. You were a silly little goose who, that sometimes has like 6 hours of screen time on the phone. Sometimes 6 hours of screen time. Horrendous. So horrendous. I'm not talking about, oh, I could have spent those 6 hours doing blah, blah, blah. No, I don't believe that Gary Vee type of shit, right? So if you block out those 6 hours, you can put it into company building. No, you're not a machine. You cannot work 40, 20 hours a day. You're not a slave from 1800 that was forced to work 16 hours a day. I do know some people do really believe that, hey, if a slave could do it, and this is a horrendous thought, right? But I have seen people say it. If a slave could do it, working 17, 18 hours a day, from morning to the end of the day, right? So can I. And I don't believe that stuff. We're not computers, we're not machines. I've experienced it myself. There's definitely not an instance where that is possible, right? By the way, I'm also very much aware of the fact of what I just said, that if you clip that in the wrong sense, that might look very bad. But it's part of it. It's part of it. That's not something I really think. And people that know me will know this. If you've seen more of this, you would know that. But if that happens, it's something I'm gonna face. It could sound presumptuous that I'm expecting it to be. However, for some reason, when it happens, it's a sign of you're making change. You're doing something impactful. That there's reach out there and that something is happening. Anyway, this is big thoughts for the future. Not right now. Day 1 of 30 days without a phone, or with a phone, but limiting screen time, right? Maybe after 10 days I'll find out that I have to go completely cold turkey. Let's see how that goes. Oh, one last thing that I do want to share though is that this little buddy here, I showed it in the last video, right? It's gonna help me right very much. So after I'm done with this video, the phone is going to go straight into this one, and I'm going to lock it for probably 12 hours, literally until the end of the day. I have the Apple Watch here, so I can do basically everything I need to do, from calling, phone calls, SMS, texting on here. I don't need WhatsApp. I've informed some important people in my life that I'm doing this, so I won't be on WhatsApp. And yeah, well, you're gonna be here right now. So straight after this, the phone is gonna go into this one. Have a good one. Okay, today is day 2 of the 30-day no phone challenge. Yeah, so it's Wednesday. I think it's April the 10th, 2024. So how were my results yesterday, the first day of being without a phone? I would say it's a mixed bag. I think on the one hand, things went really well. I lowered the time spent on the phone significantly. So the final time, I will put it up on the screen, but I think it was in the end something like 2 hours, 40 minutes, of which quite an amount of time was spent on the app Insight Timer. So I was not really looking at the screen. Basically, I was doing an amazing meditation, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. Actually, not the afternoon, the evening, I did like a 40-minute session via the Insight Timer app. By the way, if you don't know it, check it out. It's an immensely valuable application, completely free, biggest library of crowdsourced. Oh wow, the sun is coming out. How do you say that? Meditations of people. Anyway, haven't watched a single minute of YouTube, and that was my biggest vice when it comes to the phone. That's why I craved the phone. I did find a few moments during the day where I was like, ooh, I'm eating lunch. This is typically where I open up the phone, watch videos for a half an hour. The same in the morning, on the toilet, you name it. It's like so normal, you know, it's so baked into, almost into the fibers of my muscles to want to grab the phone, want to consume, be like a tit sucking phone vampire, basically, completely numbing my brain. However, I didn't cave into any of those instances. I basically, I just didn't do it. I haven't watched a single video. I did in the morning before I started I did a little bit of YouTube, right? But since then I haven't watched a single video. I had a few moments where during the workday on my work laptop, I did open YouTube and I just scrolled through the homepage, through the landing pages, looking at videos, trying to really train my abstinence in a sense, you know. I did click a few and save them to watch later. And my idea there was, you know, I can always give myself a moment in the week where I can indulge, and then I can indulge from the list of things I wanted to watch. What is so important to me? What am I going to put in that hour of time that I can spend indulging on the videos, right? So that was a thing I'm thinking about. So a lot went well, right? Still like 2 hours 40 or 2 hours 50 minutes of screen time. However, a lot of insight timer in there. I also had to do some admin, some financial admin stuff as well. And I typically do everything on the phone, from email to finances. You know, everything can be phone based these days. So I'm doing that. I love doing that. Or, I mean, it's better than opening up a laptop, right? So I did have to do those type of things. I don't have to do them today. However, the 2 hours 40 minutes, or well, on the screen I'll put the exact amount, that is already very much below the weekly average that I have. Right? So typical weekly average for me is between almost 4 hours and 6 hours a day on the phone. I said it before, but so it is not a great start, right? The goal was less than an hour. I think I can do it today if I would subtract insight time or time, so meditation time, from it. Let's see if that happens. I don't have to do any admin stuff. I don't have to do any email stuff today. So that is good. Ooh, the sun is coming out. That is amazing. It's early in the morning here in our little suburb close to Amsterdam, and the weather is it's still like 14 degrees. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but so it's not warm, but the sun is out, which is amazing, right? It's always free vitamin D, so I don't have to use my supplements. It's a treat. Anyway, so for day one, did I find anything that was different than before? Well, actually, quite yes. A few instances were interesting to me. So I took more time to do the regular stuff. I didn't feel rushed. You know, it didn't feel like, oh, there's something nicer or better to do out there, therefore I have to rush through things. I took my time for things. I was more content with the menial, the just doing things, right? So that was interesting. I didn't want to do things quickly. I didn't feel rushed or anxious in a way. I don't know if it was anxiety that I felt, but I'm more like, I didn't feel hasty, you know. I could take my time. An example of this was that I went on a run, a 6K run. You know, the marathon is in 5 days, so I'm tapering off. So it was only a 6-kilometer run. Tomorrow I have to do only a 4-kilometer run, and then it's rest, and then it's carb loading. But the thing is that in the maybe, I don't know, 3 runs a week since August, let's say 60 runs I've done so far in this marathon prep, none of them I've done without music, without my earbuds in. This run, I completely did without. Did not even feel any notion of what I would regularly feel if my headphones fall out because the batteries die. I would feel dread because I'm not stimulated. Now I wasn't stimulated and it felt okay. Actually, the run went over completely quick, extremely quick, maybe like experience-wise quicker than ever. So that was very interesting. After that also, I was more open to spend time with the kids, also with Natalie, be more interested in them, in her as well. Why? Because I think normally in a day, the phone is always the best treat I can give myself. And I don't know if this is really the case, but I feel like subconsciously there's always, everything is in the way of me being able to take out the phone. maybe that's really what it is. Maybe that is really what addiction is, right? That is the highest dopamine upper in the day. So everything is in the way of achieving that. So therefore you don't want to spend that much time on the rest, or you feel hasty, you feel anxious during the rest because you want to get to the celebration, you want to get to the treat, which is the phone. And now there was no treat. So it was a way slower evening. Last points was the run, then the kids eating very slow, putting them to bed very slowly, taking my time, enjoying it, reading, playing, then taking a long bath. I had nothing better to do. Doing a little bit of reading in the evening on the couch, doing a little bit of quite some meditation, 40 minutes. Then drinking a night cup of tea, like we had this special clipper tea, night tea. It's pretty nice. It's supposed to be good for the sleep. And then I did a little bit of writing. So, and none of that felt, how do you say that, like overproductive, right? That I had to do the writing. No, it was just very gradually, very naturally, very flowy, that I came to do all of those things. There was no pressure for me, like, okay, now I have to do this evening routine, boom, 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 I have to do X, Y, and Z. No, it just felt okay. And I went to bed at like 10:15, 10:30, maybe something like that. Nah, maybe a little bit later. Fell asleep okay, didn't ruminate. No much of overthinking in the bed. No, it was actually it was a very interesting first day. So now that I think about it, it's not a mixed bag. It was quite a successful first day. Let's see how we do it today. Excited for it. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Okay, this is day 3 of the 30-day basically getting away from my phone addiction challenge. Again, starting strong with 3 videos in a row. It is now Thursday, the 11th of April. Yesterday I went hard at it. I actually did very well. In total, I think I did 56 minutes of screen time, of which I think a half an hour was Insight Timer, so it was the meditation app, and 9 minutes of it was the video camera app, which was recording obviously while I was making this video, or I must say the previous video. So yes, yesterday was a big success. Less than an hour I did it. Today it is early in the morning, and I've already seen, because I did a little bit of grocery shopping in the morning, I've seen that I already spent 23 minutes of screen time already, and that includes a short meditation session as well. So happy that yesterday was a success, but I'm just thinking about the fact that the minutes slip by so incredibly easily. It is just insane if you think of it. Now that I'm paying attention, it is like you think when you pick up your phone you're only looking at it for 30 seconds, but the device, the software, the apps on it are so well engineered that mentally it feels like I'm looking for 1 minute or maybe 1.5 minutes, but in reality you might be looking at that silly screen for 20 minutes, just clicking, getting dragged into one notification, into the other, and I'm also sensing that the phone really smartly knows how to keep you for some reason entangled with it, because notifications are popping up more and more now, while previously I did not have the sense that that was happening actually, and currently it is. So, or I'm getting more, how do you say it, more wired for it, so it's distracting me now. I'm seeing it, but I'm also more keen on clicking on it for some reason, just because it's zapping my brain, right? A single notification now is like, oh, that is interesting, boom, and I can really sense that happening, which is it's a powerful experience to understand, well, this is really what it's like. And now it's more conscious because I'm very much thinking about it and very much actively, let's say, participating in the mobile phone activity, right? I'm really trying to bring the amount of time spent to a minimum. So therefore I'm trying to go through things really quickly. But that's also then enhancing the fact that I'm very much conscious of, wow, this is so well engineered, so designed to keep me locked in, which is just incredible. I find it's incredible. Well, obviously you hear a lot of people say, how can a 31-year-old university level sales guy with an average brain, how can he compete against the 100,000 PhD or the 1,000 PhDers in Silicon Valley in the Apple office, right? How can we compete? Well, the thing is, I think there's only way to compete, and that is completely opting out, right? So basically, when you pick up the phone, you're running a race in a stadium with no people to cheer you on, by the way, but you're running the race against those 1,000 PhDers, and they all have, well, you could say nitrous oxygen in their engines, right? Or nitrous, or at least they're way better fueled than I am, or way better trained. Those are all Usain Bolts, and I'm just a regular guy weighing 220 pounds who's going to run his first marathon in only 3 days, right? So is that a fair fight? No. But do you have to run the race? That is the question, right? I'm putting myself in that stadium every day. You or whoever is putting themselves in that stadium every day. That is the beauty of this. It's not like it's a life or death matter, right? You don't have to be in the stadium to get your meat or to get your whatever. No, you can basically, when you're standing in front of the gates of that stadium, where the track is, where all the 1,000 PhDers are just waiting for you to gobble you up, you can just say, you know what? I don't have to go into this building. I can just stay out here, put a nice campfire up, put a tent up, relax outside of the stadium, just watch the birds, watch the trees, watch the wind, you know, be a fart in the wind. That's what you can do. So, yeah, that's what this is all about, right? I'm trying to be a fart in the wind, basically. Not. It's funny. I don't know why that is fitting, but I thought it was. Anyway, I love the phrase "fart in the wind." It's just so funny and so powerful. And it's a nice mantra to just say I'm trying to be a fart in the wind. I don't know why I'm laughing about that, but it's just anyway. It's good to laugh about yourself sometimes, but no, it's these 30 days is just me sitting outside, pitching my tent, pitching the campfire, being a fart in the wind outside of the stadium where you cannot win, right? It's the stadium of only losses, basically. However, it does feel great to walk into the stadium because you feel like you're an athlete. You feel like you're amazing. You get all these amazing short-term emotional boosts, and you're like, oh wow, yeah, I'm such a great person. I feel so amazing. Ooh, my dopamine is spiking. My endorphins are spiking. My adrenaline is spiking. Oh, everything is amazing here. It's just not the case. No, it's you're getting beat up, and you don't even know it, right? And you're beating yourself up. You're trying to race. You can never win, and that's what's basically is happening. So, well, in other news, I'm also currently doing something that I've never done because I actually hate to do it. But I'm carb loading because in 4 days, yeah, so 3 days, the 14th of April, I'm gonna run my first marathon. I'm gonna say it today. I'm gonna go for a time of hopefully a little bit less than 5 hours for my 220 pounds or 6'4". I think that would be amazing. Training since August with a coach, supported training, $80 a month, who made my whole program, does some of the food stuff as well. So I do know it's quite supported. However, I'm seeing if it's going to happen. Below 5 hours would be amazing. But like I said, I'm doing the carb loading. So I'm continuously eating sugar, and for the first time in my life, I had a cup of coffee with sugar in it as well. I have a whole schedule of what I need to eat. So I'm just eating bananas, eating white bread, eating donuts, eating cookies, whatever. Everything that just contains sugar, and not in big amounts, but just continuously snacking on it, overloading my muscles with glycogen. Never done it before. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully it doesn't backfire. I have a good idea about it, or at least I feel good about it. I love eating. I don't like sugar. That's why I said I didn't like it, but I might get into it, who knows? Or after 3 days I might get out of it with a mouth full of, how do you say that, holes in my teeth. Who knows? Anyway, day 3, day 2 was a big success. So yesterday was a big success. Hopefully today I can keep it under an hour. And yes, probably tomorrow I'm going to talk about the boredom, because boredom is a real thing currently happening. And yesterday evening it hit hard. So let's also dive into that next time, because there's a lot to explore there on the positive and the negative side. As always, have a good one. Bye-bye. Okay, today is a short one. I think this is the 4th video in the series of the 30-day, basically getting rid of the phone addiction challenge. We're talking about yesterday. Today is the 12th of April. Again, yesterday I wanted it to be great. I wanted to keep up the good streak. Data-wise, it looked like an amazing day, right? Phone time was less than an hour. However, I cheated a bit because during the workday I kind of let my guard down and watch maybe 1.5 hours of YouTube videos during the workday on my work laptop. So yeah, I cheated. For some reason I couldn't resist. There was this moment where, yeah, my hand just, without me realizing, typed in YouTube. I don't know why. I think I wanted to do like a quick, I don't know what I wanted to do. Anyway, I typed it in, and from one came the other. I wasn't as strong as to click on a video and basically mark it as I want to watch it later, right? Like I've done before. Oh, that's nice, by the way. The sun is coming up again. Yeah, this is, you guys have seen this, well, at least I will be seeing this more often, but the summer is coming, and basically the line of the sun is now straight. It's like in the morning, right? So it's now straight through in my office, which is amazing. Anyway, yeah, so that is happening. I thought I did amazing, but I knew I cheated, so I wanted to I wanted to note this down that I cheated, right? So 1.5 hours of watching on the corporate laptop. But however, if I thought about one thing, which is if you divide the day into blocks, right? You have the morning block, you have the work block, you have the evening block. The morning block and the evening block yesterday, right? Because we need to spin it into something positive still. It's not all bad, right? So cheating is not taking the whole day down completely. But if you look at the blocks, the evening block was great. I haven't touched my phone probably not longer than 20 minutes. I had to do a little bit of research, mostly into my carb loading, because I felt like shit yesterday. I think that is because of all the completely overgross sugar that I'm eating. But I still feel like shit because I'm continuing with the carb loading sugar diet today. But the evening, I haven't touched my phone maybe longer than 20 minutes. I haven't watched any video, no social media, none of it, no amusement, none of it. Just a little bit of scrolling when it comes to researching, like I said. So that was a plus. And what is really happening now, it's becoming tougher and tougher. Why? Because the real boredom is kicking in, right? So like I said yesterday, the excitement is wearing off. It's becoming more and more a task where I'm dependent of how motivated am I, right? How strong is my will to keep on going now. Yesterday evening was really tough. I was incredibly bored. Like the first evening when I just out of nowhere, I wanted to write, I wanted to read. Felt no pressure, no pushiness. Yesterday that was different, and potentially it was different because of the 1.5 hours of YouTube binging in the midday. That could be the case. However, yeah, it's just, I think my brain is realizing, oh wow, okay, this isn't like a fad. This is for real. And yesterday it really gave me the signals like, okay, dude, I'm not liking this. I want to get my hands on the phone. I want to get my face in front of a screen. I want to indulge. I want to consume. I want to be a blood-sucking, consuming viper. Um, and yeah, so that was very clear to me. So today is Friday evening, so today is going to be tough, I'm assuming, because typically in the Friday in the evening we tend to eat well, and then also watch a movie or do something fun, or maybe go to the movies or watch a movie with the kids, right? So let's see how that goes. Anyway, I'll report tomorrow and this weekend. Tomorrow is going to be really interesting because tomorrow my wife will be gone with the kids and I have the whole day, and the day after I have the marathon, right? My first marathon. So that day when I'm home alone and I don't have anything in the books because I need to rest, that is going to be tough to let the phone, basically don't touch the phone or don't watch TV or play video games on the laptop or anything like that. So I have to come up with something to do, possibly something in the house. You probably see it. I don't know what yet. Maybe clean or fix some things. Yeah, I have to be strong and keep on going. So yeah, that's that. I see you in the next one. Hello, welcome to day 5 of the quitting the telephone series. Basically, no longer being a slave of the telephone. As you can hear potentially on the background, my beautiful boy and girl are currently being put into bed by the nanny. But today it is Monday the 15th, so I haven't filmed last Saturday and Sunday, and it's also because a big event has happened. I ran the Rotterdam Marathon yesterday, the first ever marathon in my life, in 5 hours 24 minutes, and again I wrote it down on the back. I don't know if you can see it. My first ever marathon time as somebody who currently almost weighs 100 kilos. Still, I was big, man, I could see it. The people running marathons are probably half my size, most of them. Anyway, I ran it. It was the biggest roller coaster of my life. Emotionally, I told my wife it's probably top 3 events regarding intensity. So one is the birth of my children, obviously, maybe my wedding, some other events, some personal events, and then this one. It was probably some of the highest highs in a 5 hour span, and some of the lowest lows, questioning everything that I've done in my life, all decisions I've made up until that point. But what an impressive day. It was incredible. It was the Marathon of Rotterdam. For those who know it, basically the last 5Ks were incredible. You know, there's so many people partying out, drinking, enjoying, cheering you on, right? When you're in like the 5 hour plus group, you have these long stretches where you're like 50 meters or 150 foot or something like that, where you're just walking kind of alone, right? So if there's like a big, like almost stadium-like wall on 2 sides of people just drinking and partying and cheering you on, that is incredibly motivating and extremely fun. So the last 5 kilometers, I basically just let myself get pushed and motivated by these people cheering you on, and that's incredible, to be honest. So many lessons from this. I'm also going to debrief it together with Vale, right? So my running coach, she has a whole protocol to go through. You know, how did you feel? What went well? What went not well? And maybe I'll talk about all those things here at one point as well. But let's get back to the phone issue, or not the issue, the opportunity, right? Because it's very much an opportunity to not get that hooked, to no longer stay a slave of the phone. Saturday I completely fucked up. Friday was a good day again. I think on Friday I did less. I'll put it up on the screen. I did less than 1 hour of phone time again, which was great. Saturday I think it was 5 hours plus. You know, like I said, I was I said this on the Friday video, in the Friday morning video, I think that Saturday was going to be a day where I'm going to be home alone. Basically having nothing on the calendar, right? I was going to go with a friend to get our bibs, right? Our numbers for the race. We did that, but still in the evening and in the morning, I kind of just watched YouTube videos and sorry about that. You know, just relaxed on the couch and relaxed all over. And typically for me, relaxing is very much having my face glued to the screen of the phone, which is definitely a type of relaxation that I no longer want to pursue. And I want to, how do you say that, evoke that, or not evoke, I want to eradicate that from my personal habits and behaviors. So that's why I'm doing this. So again, there's very much for today, Monday, there's an opportunity to do less than an hour. I think I've already done close to 40 minutes this morning, so it's early in the morning right now. Just out of habit, you know, waking up, grabbing the phone, sending text, looking at some stuff, looking at my data from yesterday, from my Apple Watch. Obviously those things are important. And there is one thing that I do need to finish though, which is annoying me. I've been starting, like I said before, I think editing the previous 30 days, like the first ever 30 days sequence of videos, which is not really 30 days, it's actually a sequence of, I think, 4 months of filming or 3 months of filming, something like that. However, I did finish and I need to edit that, but I'm editing that on my phone because I wanted to keep it very much, how do you say that, very, very narrowed when it comes to the stuff I need to upload, something like that. But that is on like a piece of technology on the phone or an app on the phone, and I don't want to touch the phone, right? So I do need to find a window, maybe every evening, like 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I need to keep that in and then just hammer a little bit of editing out. Not that I'm editing a crazy amount. I'm just putting them in a sequence. But yeah, that I think I have to do that. Otherwise, that will never get uploaded. And I do want to do that because yeah, I think there are opportunities there. It might, you know, you never know what comes out of it. I'm excited about it. Definitely for me, like I said before, it's going to be impactful. It's going to be interesting. And when I have it like my visual graffiti on the universe's wall, of which is the internet, it's fun. I feel excited about that. I want to push that upload button. So anyway, day 5 today. Hopefully it's going to go well, and tomorrow I'm going to discuss today how it went, and we'll keep in touch. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Okay, so hello, welcome to day 6 of the overcoming the chains of the horrible piece of technology, the change on our souls, on my soul, which is the phone. So this is day 6 of the overcoming the phone addiction challenge. Yesterday was Monday the 15th of April. In context, the day before that, Sunday, like I said, I did a marathon. So this is the second day after the marathon. I feel pretty good. So my first update on that, I feel pretty amazing. I can walk normally again. I don't have any aches, I don't have any pains, no pains in my feet or my ankles, shins or knees, none of that. So that gives me a lot of hope. And well, on the one hand, it showcases that I am able to do these type of races, or I am able to do a marathon without completely ruining myself. Obviously, I cannot see the potential micro fractures or very tiny, invisible to my feel or my senses fractures that might have occurred in tendons, loins, muscles, bones, whatever. I cannot obviously comment on that, but for now I do feel good. I feel strong. I feel pretty well rested. I've been doing a full days of work actually on Monday, so yesterday and today. I'm also going to, I scheduled a full day of work as well. So, yeah, I don't really feel like I should have rested more. I'm sleeping well, sleeping for more than 8 hours a day, going to bed quickly. And that's what I wanted to touch on. Yesterday was only a 1 hour and 5 minutes a day on the phone. So that is a pretty good achievement, to be honest. Haven't done a lot of stuff on the phone. It was a more than 1 hour day. The reason for that is that I finished editing the first video, which should be up by now, right? So actually the first film of this series, the 30-day Film Yourself series, which kickstarted this whole filming process, by the way. That should be up now. And I've been doing the editing on the phone, like I said yesterday as well, I think. And that took like 20 minutes to not do a lot of editing, but to basically give it like the titles of the day 1, day 2, day 3. Initially I had a lot of music edited under the video as well. I took that out because that was silly, because it was so lengthy. I put in like 500 individual music clips, cut it all up. It was kind of ridiculous. So now it's just raw video. So yeah, anyway, yesterday, what is really kicking in now again, especially in the evenings, is the incredible boredom. So basically, after we put the kids on bed, usually I would basically or do some work or play some video games, or not really play video games, but do some stuff on the laptop, watch YouTube videos, scroll social media, and all of that is gone, right? There's like no screens in my life after 8 o'clock at night. So yeah, that's a very different taste of life. So last week this hit me, and this is hitting me now again, right? Some big boredom issues. So I'm really thinking of how do I overcome them. And yesterday what I did, I kind of went for a bath again, which is very relaxing. It does relax me a lot, so that is very nice. But yeah, I do need to find some more activities, I think. So I've been doing a little bit of writing, a little bit of reading. However, sometimes I get really bored with those, so I have to think about it. You know, what can be done? What should I be doing? Maybe I shouldn't be doing anything. Maybe I should just go meditate every evening for 2 hours. You know, who knows? Maybe that is the best way forward. Anyway, I'm really feeling that time is freeing up, and now I'm filling that time with very much a boredom feeling. So that is something I have to be working on, something I have to look at, and that is something that I will look into and will work on. So anyway, I appreciate this. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Okay, this is day 6 of the 30-day Overcoming the Phone Addiction Challenge. I love doing these videos. Why? Because it is very much about showcasing the rawness, the good, the bad, and the ugly of the daily mundane, basically trying to improve your life every day on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, upholding that, keeping myself accountable via these videos, and then also very much sharing the rawness when it comes to the bad, right? So that's why I'm saying the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yesterday was pretty ugly. Yeah, what happened? Well, first of all, the screen time got totally bamboozled because the previous video, like I said yesterday as well, it required like 4 hours of exporting time from the video tool that I'm using, from the editing tool on the phone, because it's such a big video. So I couldn't close down the phone for 4 hours. So basically, total screen time yesterday is like 5 hours. Total time that I spent myself is still around, I think, 1.5 hours, 2 hours. And I have been scrolling a lot when it comes to YouTube, social media, just during the workday, just during some downtime, during lunch. So yesterday was not an amazing day. Additionally, in the evening, I binge watched not a very bad video series, but it was the series, I think it's You Are What You Eat, the new series basically the new vegan propaganda video on Netflix. I'm joking there. I think the cause is good. I think the cause is great. I wish I could eat more healthy myself. It's definitely something that is on the bucket list, to accept healthy eating as something that is also nice, that is also good for me. Currently, I'm trying my best. I'm definitely losing a little bit of weight every week. That's what I'm seeing. However, I can definitely improve on my healthy eating. So yeah, binge watched that series, like 4 episodes. I think it was 4 hours of TV with Natalie on the couch. Yeah, could you say that is a great evening? Right? I don't think so. 4 hours of direct screen time, basically checking out via the television, is not amazing. It's definitely not part of the plan. So a lot of how do you say that? A lot of screens yesterday, from morning until evening. And the interesting thing that I wanted to discuss is that I can definitely feel a difference, right? So in the morning, and also now during the day, well, it's not really during the day, it's still the morning, there's way more grogginess. So I feel less crystal clear in the brain. I feel less energized. I feel, how do you say that, especially my concentration feels like I can get pulled into things quicker, right? So I was scrolling on LinkedIn. After 20 minutes, I realized, oh shit, I'm literally scrolling on LinkedIn. I'm just a little bit more flat when it comes to consciously accepting or understanding, okay, this is where I'm getting pulled, right? So the technology is basically pulling me because I'm not that consciously understanding where is my attention going, right? So basically the protection around my attention is probably fried because of a day like yesterday, right? Because of a big phone day, a big YouTube day on during the work day, and then also 4 hours of Netflixing, binging a series in the evening. So I do really very much recognize that attention gets skewed because of all these screens. Therefore, I'm committing to today being a good day. I have a little over a half an hour of screen time right now. It's early in the morning. I'm gonna put my phone, so this bad boy, into the locker after this, and I'm gonna set it until 10 o'clock in the evening. I have nothing to do, no administration of financial, nothing. I don't want to do any WhatsApp. I don't have to talk to nobody, none of that. Closing it down, shutting it down, not doing anything in that sense. I do, however, still need to get the previous video from the phone onto my laptop to then eventually upload it on YouTube. But anyway, I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush at all. I'm doing this completely for me. I am loving the process again, by the way, so I must say that this is very, how do you say that, very warming for me. I'm enjoying it. The accountability is great towards myself. And this is really something, it's very big. It might seem menial, it might seem very small, but overcoming the phone, it is going to give me back so much. I'm sure if somebody else watches this and gets inspired and tries to do something similar, on the days that I'm not with my phone, it's incredibly impactful. The days after, I feel more energized. The evenings, I get bored. I hate the boring. I have to figure out solutions to attack the boringness, because yesterday that led into me watching 4 hours of Netflix, right? So but I'm being honest about it, right? I'm not trying to, I did 30 days of XYZ, it went amazing, and this is the result, blah, blah, blah. No, this is a human life, a guy that has a fucking 9 to 5, maybe a 9 to 6, 9 to 7 sometimes, has a family, just a fucking regular dude. At least that's what I think. That's how I see myself. Maybe I'm a little bit less regular because I upload all of this, but yeah, that's what I'm trying to showcase here, right? I'm not a professional YouTuber who is basically doing the challenges while doing 1 hour of script writing a day, right? No, that's not me. This is the real life. Can you do these things while having the regular 9 to 5, while having the 2 kids, while having the wife, while having the house to take care of, the business, the assets, whatever. I think that is what it's all about, and that's why this is raw, right? Anyway, appreciate your time. See you in the next one. Okay, welcome to day 8 of the 30 days beating the phone challenge. It is now the 19th of April, so it's for Friday. I was supposed to film yesterday as well, the 18th of April. However, I wasn't in the mood. I just wasn't in the mood, and I think, as with before, right, not being in the mood, that is just part of it. The whole exercise is done during a regular life, right? A regular 9 to 5. 2 kids, a wife, an au pair, a household, you know. I don't want to make it more than it is, but it's a lot, you know. 2 young kids, 2 years old. Oh, by the way, you can hear them now in the background. That's funny, you can hear them in the background. Anyway, I wanted to say a lot. Now I want to go see them. They make me incredibly happy, by the way. Being a father is probably one of the most rewarding things that I've seen in my life. However, what I'm sensing, what I'm feeling is that the true exhaustion of the whole marathon training and running the marathon this Sunday, it is really kicking in only now. And I don't know what that is, but I can really sense that I'm drained, right? Maybe it's also because I've been doing a lot of things next to each other, but I can really feel it. And there's something going on as well where well, actually I know the correlation. I'm going to bed way earlier. So I'm going to bed around 10 o'clock together with my wife. She was always an early sleeper, and therefore I'm sleeping literally 8 hours plus. So yesterday I slept 9 hours plus. So I do think that is good. I don't know if too much sleep is bad. Probably it is, right? There probably is like this flip side where too much becomes not great. But it does really feel like I need the rest. I need to sleep. And the tiredness from that whole marathon training and then eventually running the marathon is now really kicking in. So that is being felt, funny enough. For the rest, this whole week was actually a pretty good week with less than an hour of video time every hour. Oh no, on Tuesday it was 5.5 hours of phone time, I think, which was quite a lot. Anyway, I think the average of this week is pretty well. Obviously, we're going into the weekend where, the goal is to this weekend to not have that much screen time. So that is the goal. Let's see if we can achieve that. I think last week the average time was 2.5 hours per day because of some long time during the weekend. Maybe this time it can be way less. I'm hoping it can be less than 1.5 hours a day. That would be amazing. So yeah, let's see if that can happen. Also, I'm very much thinking about making this not statistically but more quantitatively relevant, because it's very much a qualitative, just me in the moment, at a moment, talking. I was really considering maybe creating not a slideshow, a spreadsheet where I could track certain measurements on a daily basis, right? So looking back to the previous day, is there anything worth mentioning? I don't know when I need to be filling that in, is that something that should be filled in the evening, at the end of the day, maybe at the beginning of the day. I am filming these at the beginning of the day, so and I'm not, my memory is not that great that I can definitely run through the whole, well, I can run through yesterday, but how did I feel in a particular moment, that is very much something I think I need to do on the day itself. So yeah, let's I'm just thinking about that. I hope I can figure something out this weekend to come up with something to make it more quantifiably interesting, you know, so that we can maybe see some lines or some trends happening, right? I think those trends are interesting, or, you know, are things moving in the right direction? That is definitely something that we have to think about. Anyway, good one for now. See you in the next one. Bye-bye. Today is the 23rd of April 2024. It is the 9th day that we are doing the Conquering the Phone Addiction Challenge. It has been a while since I did my last video. I think it is around 4 days ago. This weekend we had a family trip. We went to the island of Ameland, a very tiny island to which you take like a boat, like a ferry. With your car, it takes like a 40-minute ferry drive or ferry boat ride. And then you have this very small island, probably one of the most north points of the Netherlands, where you can vacation, which we did. Rented a little cabin with the family, which was very nice. Did a lot of biking there. We actually drove the kids into like a bucket bike. We call it a bakfiets in the Netherlands for the first time, and they loved it. And prior, we probably were one of the only families in the Netherlands that basically, yeah, were not or did not own or currently do not own a bakfiets, which is a basket bike. For those who know it, it's like a bike with an extension at the front, which has like a big basket or like a big bucket, typically a metal one or a plastic one or a wooden one, in which your kids on a little bench on both sides, they can sit, right? So it's an easy way of transporting children while cycling as well. However, these days they are kind of electronically motorized, right? So how much cycling there really is involved, that stays to be seen. However, it does require a little bit of cycling, right? So you are still moving, which is good. Anyway, that really sparked our interest in it, and we would love to get one ourselves. I'm looking forward to buying one. However, they are quite expensive. I think the one we rented was 4,500. So it will require us to dig deep and to make a big investment. However, if we want to go for more children in the future, instead of 2, maybe going for 3, 4, however large we want to end up with, it is very useful, right? And the au pair as well could learn to use them as long as they're safe. Which actually really increases the traveling radius of the children with the au pair during the day. Okay, so that was interesting. Over the weekend, actually, the phone usage was amazing. I haven't used the phone for more than 2 to 3 hours the whole weekend on a single day, which is new for me. I think the average time that I used the phone the full last week, including the weekend, was less than 3 hours. I think it was 2 hours and maybe, well, you're gonna see it on the screen. Quite a good amount, lower on average than I've ever had. This week now, because it's Tuesday the 24th, I'm looking to lower it on average this week even more. Initially I started out with lower than an hour a day. On average, that is just not doable. I see that happening. I haven't seen it happen on individual days. It sometimes happens. However, there are these days in between where it just doesn't work out like that, which is fine. It is not a big issue. Anyway, yes, so some other insights as well. I have booked a DEXA scan. I'm interested in seeing the data of my body, right? Seeing the visceral fat, the bone density, the muscle density, the fat density, and I'm really keen on shifting that around a little bit. I'm not going to hardcore diet, but I am looking to improve my diet. So the marathon, the running, the training has really sparked me to really look into that and to maybe go for a little bit better body composition and to work towards something like that. So that is definitely something that has sparked my interest. Additionally, I've booked a blood work test as well, in particular to see my hormones, so my testosterone. I think it is called free testosterone. I haven't looked into it that much. Based on my personal libido, which obviously I feel, right? I think I have quite high testosterone. However, I do not know. It is not, how do you say that, quantitatively measured yet. It has never been measured. I've never measured it yet. So I'm going to see that. Also, I'm doing it because I ordered some Tonkat Ali and some agrestis. What was it? Fagosia agrestis, I think. These are Andrew Huberman boosting. Well, they're not from him, but he suggested these supplements for natural hormone testosterone boosting. So that is what I'm going to try to take. Just to see what the effect is on me, right? If testosterone gets upped, what is the effect mentally, physically, maybe sleep-wise, maybe, well, I do sleep very well, so I'm not very worried about that, but it's always interesting to see what the potential benefits of it could be. So that is something that I'm definitely looking into. For now, the phone is going well, still very bored in the evening. That is something that is happening. See that very much. Not that much energy in the evening. So I'm quite tired, to be honest, in the evenings, which could be like a phase, right? With me, it's very much up and down, up and down. I have these highly energetic phases sometimes, and those typically end with being less and less energetic. Anyway, quick update from my side, and I want to wish you a good one. See you in the next one. Welcome to day 10 of the 30-day Beat the Phone challenge. Yes, I wanted to discuss a few things. First of all, things are going well when it comes to really winning from the phone, right? Owning the phone instead of the phone owning me, enslaving the phone instead of the phone enslaving me. I can really, what I wanted to discuss is the sense that I'm having. I can really feel that I'm getting less and less dependent on wanting to check my phone constantly. So that is something that I'm consciously feeling, right? The second thing is that even though the evenings are incredibly, let's say, boring, incredibly boring, I am finding some, let's call them activities to cope with the boringness, right? So, for instance, I don't want to fill it up with other screens, right? So I've seen people do this challenge and then they still watch a bunch of Netflix in the evening on an iPad or maybe on their normal flat screen TVs. Yeah, that is not how I want to do it, right? I do know that binging Netflix really gives me, how do you say that? I think a lot of relaxation. It is a lot of fun for me, so I enjoy it. However, it is not how I want to fill my time, right? So the things that I'm doing now, writing, just sitting in silence, doing completely nothing, meditation, running, yoga. However, I haven't ran for 1.5 weeks since the marathon on the 14th, and that is basically 15 days ago, or no, 11 days ago. I really feel that now. I miss it. So that is another interesting thing that I definitely want to touch on. Someone who 10 months ago wasn't into physical movement at all, now after 10 months misses the movement, especially after taking like a little break after a marathon. So that is quite interesting, I must say. To be feeling all that and to be, how do you say that, to be experiencing that, because it is a new side of me for sure. Also the strength of not having to watch my phone the whole day. You know, if you'd speak to my wife 3 months ago, she would say his phone is the most important thing in his life, right? And he would rather watch 3 hours of YouTube instead of spending 20 minutes talking about my life, right? And in all honesty, that was true. I can really remember when, after a long days of work, I would just love, after the kids were on bed, ate good. Obviously, I ate too much back in the day, or sometimes still too much. I would crash and I would want to just lay on the couch, completely flat, horrible stance for my back, for my neck. I would have a lot of back pain as well from that, and a lot of neck pain, a lot of shoulder pain. Anyway, I would just lay there for 4 hours, 5 hours, binging YouTube, watching maybe 100 videos, watching 1,000 shorts, not remembering anything, completely scrambling my brain. And then when my wife, for instance, would want to come in between for a little chat, talk about her day, and this is not to talk down on her. Now I can remember again how great it is to communicate and to just spend time and to not have this urgency or this addiction in the back of your mind. Because previously, when we would speak, I would constantly hold my phone still, and there would be this mental pull towards it. Like not saying that my time with my wife wasn't as important, but there would always be something in the back of my mind. Oh, I wanna get back to that. I wanna get back to that sensation of rush, that dopamine push, that endorphin rush, that adrenaline that I'm getting from the videos. And yeah, so that's definitely something that was there. Currently, I'm actually in the evening spending a lot of time with my wife, just sitting on the couch talking, without any rush, so without any anxiety, wanting to move on, wanting to do my own thing. Previously, I had that. Now I don't have that, and that changed fast. So yeah, those are just very important things, some very important add-ons, right? I'm struggling less with the evenings, with the boredom. I'm less attached to the phone, so the save really helps with that. Really helps. I still feel quite, and this is something that as of late, one of my goals is really to potentially run a next race and to do that close to 90 kilograms. So I think that is 200 pounds, something like that, or a little bit less than 200 pounds. And I really want to get there, and I've been kind of depleting myself, crash dieting, also in the period now where I'm not running. So I'm how do you say that? I'm eating too little calories, and I'm feeling that, right? I'm more cold, I'm more anxious, probably because there's more cortisol and more adrenaline now because I'm under eating, right? So my body has to use some hormones to stay as alert as I probably was when I had enough calories in my stomach. Potentially, I'm in a fat burning state as well. I don't think I'm in ketosis because I'm still eating I'm still eating carbs, right? But so yeah, that's those are some things that are going on. I am speaking with my running coach tomorrow though, because I'm going to continue running. So I made the decision, thought about it hard, and short, actually. It was a quick decision. I am going to continue running. I am going to put a new race in the books. I don't know when. I wanted to do the Amsterdam Marathon. However, unfortunately, that one has been sold out within a week. Maybe I can get some tickets still, but those prices will go up, I'm assuming, or have gone up compared to just regular buying. So yeah, that was just a great focus moment in my life, you know, having the race in the books. It really sharpened me. It helped me to quit smoking, and I want to continue quitting smoking. I haven't smoked since, literally. So that is just great. I'm improving my diet. yeah, I'm owning the phone. This is just a complete, how do you say that, rejuvenation of who I was, and I'm liking it. It is not an easy battle. Mentally, it's tough. I must say, It is tough on the energy, so I can feel that it requires a lot of energy. However, I know there is a point there where things will be just part of who you are, right? The non-smoking, well, that is requiring less and less energy day by day, but the better eating, the running is also becoming very much part of who I am. Now it's the better eating, right? I'm already a great sleeper. I'm good at my own stress management. So yeah, things are just going well. It's a positive update. Have a good one. Okay, so today is day 11 of the Beating the Phone challenge. It is not really day 11. I have to, again, be transparent about where we are. I have failed to video sometimes, specifically in the weekends. However, we are currently, since we started on the 9th of April, it is now the 26th. So we are 2.5 weeks in. Basically, we are in the third week. Yesterday, I kind of already wanted to do a little bit of a rundown of what I'm seeing, some of the effects. I think I'll definitely walk through all of them in how do you say that, at a specific time and place, especially near the end, because I'm assuming at this rate, and we're now in the 11th video at the 26th, I'm assuming probably if you would add another 5 weeks to this, we are, well, 8 weeks in, 8 weeks of data. 8 weeks of data is pretty, how do you say that? It's not bad for a good representation. Obviously, that's 30, or how do you say that? That's 2 months. It isn't 30 days. So that might change up the title. In any way, yesterday evening, again, an evening without the phone. Only spent the phone, or only played on the phone, or played with the phone, played like I'm a kid. I had myself busy with the phone for only 1.5 hours yesterday. This week is starting out really good. We are now on the 5th day, and the average for the week is only 1.5 hours a day, which is really good. This is my best week up to this day so far. And today it's the 26th, it's a Friday. So, well, first of all, it's a beautiful day out. It's an incredible day. But what I wanted to talk about, there are a few things I'm going to do today that I wanted to talk about. One of them is actually going to take my blood for a testosterone measurement, because I wanted to see where I'm at. I've never measured those before in my life, and I'm interested to see where I'm at from just a do nothing perspective, right? Just being a regular dude, a little bit overweight. Well, I am a runner, right? Currently, I can say that. I ran a marathon. Funny enough, I have to laugh when I think about it. But yes, so I forgot my train of thought. Anyway, one important thing that I do want to mention about the evenings is that they are interesting, because previously evenings would go by very fast, and that is not happening these days. So evenings are actually very drawn out, like I said, very boring. However, yesterday and also the day before a little bit, the evenings I'm seeing that I'm getting less and less bored, interestingly enough. So I think the grasp of the phone is really, it's becoming less, right? The phone is becoming less and less of a distraction tool, a speeding up time tool. It is, I'm getting used to it not being there. And even in the evening now, previously I had to basically put my phone in the case, so in the locker, throughout the entire evening until like 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. The past 2 evenings I did not have to do so. Basically what I had to do is I had my phone on me, but I did not have a pull towards it. So I wanted to mention that because it really showcases that I'm starting to conquer the phone instead of it owning me, right? It is really happening and I'm really seeing it. So time is taking longer, correct? It feels like I'm spending more time. I'm also more excited to do dull things, which is very interesting. So reading is more exciting to me. Writing is more exciting to me. Doing Wim Hof breathing, which I did yesterday and the evening before, is exciting to me. Yeah, that's interesting. This is very interesting that the dull stuff is exciting. And I think that's very much because the threshold of excitement is going down. You know, we don't see it that way, but content, YouTube, Instagram, whatever, online, it is peak excitement for our brain, right? It's a visual stimulant, it's an auditory stimulant, it's very much processed very hectically in the brain. So it's like a flood of triggers, little pinches. It's just amazing. So if that is your baseline for 5 hours a day, 6, sometimes for me it was 5 hours a day, that's just too toxic. And by getting incredibly bored, the baseline of what I get excited about, you know, first of all, I'm talking about baselines like I'm a mathematician, but what I wanted to say is that when the peaks are so high, what I've basically done, I've taken out those high peaks. So my zero line goes down, what the average excitement is, that is true. I'm not falling into a depression or anything like that, so I'm still good. However, I need to find new peaks, and obviously these peaks aren't that high, right? When reading a book, it's only visual, right? When listening to a listening book, it's only auditorial. When writing, it's in the mind. For some, it can be visual and auditory in the brain. It's a physical thing. It is a very, how do you say it, non-exciting thing. It's very slow, but it is something you are producing, right? So that is interesting. I'm getting smaller peaks, and because the reference of the larger peaks is gone, the smaller peaks are well, I'm guessing my physical body is experiencing them as similar peaks, right? Because the reference of the immense peaks which the phone gives is basically gone. So yeah, that is definitely something I'm seeing, right? Getting yourself bored will get you more excited about what you normally would call the boring stuff, right? Well, it's all because of the reference. So that is very much what I'm learning. Get the reference away, get incredibly bored, and some of the stuff that is actually good for you will excite you. So that's a great lesson, and I wanna cap it up with that. I'm also working on something interesting here. As you can see these little, I don't know if you can see them, but these little pool cards. So there are some things on there. I'm experimenting with rewarding myself with these little, how do you say that, these little excitement humps. I do have some random big peaks in there, so that I'm able to, you know, allow myself to watch 30 minutes of YouTube on the phone, just as a how do you say that, like a slot machine, right? Giving yourself the excitement, the endorphin rush of the possibility of being able to view something. And actually, while we're talking, I'm going to pull one for today out of here. Let's see what it is. Okay, so opening up the card, as you can see, write for 20 minutes on your marathon experience. Okay, interesting. So tonight what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick up a pencil. Obviously, I'm going to write about the marathon experience. Yeah, I have these little exercises in there. Some of them are definitely self-help type of exercise, but many of them are very much relaxing related. I have like go in a bath for like 30 minutes or whatever, or go in a bath. So I have many make a cup of tea, just boring stuff, but this is an interesting one. reviewing very much the marathon because it was an intense day. It was a crazy day. I do one day want to go through everything that I've experienced because it just was magical for me as a couch potato basically 10 months ago. But this is an interesting one. Okay, I'm gonna keep that on the desk because I am taking this one out and I have to put a new one in. Got it. Like, okay, well, that's my kids in the background. I'm off. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Okay, today is day 12 of the 30-day on the phone challenge. It is the 26th of April and it is an interesting day today because today is Saturday. I haven't done a lot of filming on Saturdays, so this is very much a new one. And basically the only reason that I'm able to do so is because my wife is on a trip with a friend to the United States and she's there for 5 days, which allows me basically in the morning before I wake up the kids. I went to bed very early yesterday, obviously because I did not have the phone, so there was no reason for me to stick around, hang around, do anything useless. So that's one thing that I've been seeing, right? That I've been going to bed way earlier, actually, sometimes like 9:30 or 9:45 or around 10. And before that, it was typically 12 to 1 o'clock sometimes in the morning. So definitely a different time. Anyway, it allowed me for some time now to pick up the phone and to record because there is a major milestone to be shared. And that milestone is that while I've been doing this, while I've basically been conquering the phone, something for which I feel is going to be some of the most impactful decisions, or will be up there when it comes to some of the most impactful decisions I will make in my life. I can feel all the benefits. I'm slowly progressing through all the benefits, but one of them is that I find it easier to also incorporate other good habits. And one, well, not a habit that I'm incorporating, but one that I'm going for, which is also, by the way, very much fueled by the running because of my 5.5 hours time in the marathon. I want to lose weight. So I'm very dedicated and I actually signed up. So that's also the milestone here. I signed up for another race in October of this year. It's not a marathon, it's a half marathon, but I already made up my mind. Next year, I will be going for the Rotterdam Marathon again. So that is very much a goal that I have, and I want to do it under 5 hours. So yeah, that's. But to do that, it's very clear for me that I have to lose weight. 98 kilos, 220 pounds is just unrealistic. So what I'll have to do, I'm looking at going under 90 kilos. That's like 8 kilos, it's almost 10%. If I can then run 10% quicker, I don't know if the how do you say that, the distribution, or not the distribution, but the exchange of 1% in body weight, does that equate, or the equation, does it equate to 1% faster running? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to look at that. I'm going to find that out. Yes, so that's a big one. I'm almost under 95 kilos, so quite a lot of weight loss in the last 3 weeks, which is very interesting. Pretty proud about it. I can see it in my body for sure. And actually, it also basically motivated me to yesterday evening, the 26th, on Friday, I went to the gym. I did like a full body weight session. So yeah, it is interesting things are happening. I can really feel it. This whole marathon training, especially the filming, all of it, the quitting with smoking, the now owning or trying to win from the phone, and definitely filming all of it, right? The how do you say that? The accountability that I'm forcing myself to have here, even though I haven't, at this point in time, I haven't uploaded anything yet. Well, you would have been able to see that, but the goal is still very much there. Oh, by the way, I really need to try to upload something today. It's Saturday, Natalie isn't here, but there will be some times where the kids are doing some nappies, so those are good times for me to do it. Yes, so weight lowering, great. Signed up for a new race. Did a gym session on a Friday evening, yesterday evening. Amazing. Feeling great about the not having to use my phone. This is going to be a big week. I'm aiming to have the average phone time to be around 1.5 hours. That would be almost an hour decrease compared to last week. I can really feel the benefits of the not having the phone now. They're really coming out. I'm getting less anxious, less stressed, less bored in the evenings. I have things to do. So yeah, I'm enjoying this one. This one is great. I also have a more rigorous filming filming scheduling. I don't have any schedule, but I'm forcing myself to capture it more. Yeah, the more I can capture, the more I can look back at, and the more I can collect, the more graffiti I can shine on the wall of the universe, right? So anyway, quick update. Thank you all. See you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Okay, good morning. Today is Monday the 29th of April. We are still doing the Owning the Telephone series, and I must say things are going extremely good. They're going extremely well. While you can hear my kids on the background going for their morning nap, my lovely twins. Yeah, so this probably was the best week I've ever had so far. Also, it's obviously amazing that I'm sitting in the sun right now. It's early morning, but it's just completely shining through the strip of glass that I have there, which is a blessing. It is amazing. It feels so great to have some early morning sun. But as I said, this was probably the best week ever. Average time on the phone per day, a little over 2 hours. And that was solely because of the 2 weekend days, where I think the average was above 3 hours. The average during the weekday was, I think, an hour and something. It was nothing. Even on the Friday. And this Friday I went to the gym. So didn't spend the whole evening basically doing nothing. I actually spent the evening going to the gym, having a great meal, healthy meal, and then reading. I was alone. Natalie was away. She's in the US. She still is. She's coming back tomorrow. So it has been a hectic weekend being there alone, but had a lot of help from the au pair, so it was amazing. But yeah, I'm proud of the week. I'm seeing a clear progression when it comes to my ability to not need the phone so near. The addiction is moving away. It's really clearing up, right? Same with smoking. It all takes time. All of these things take time, and the beauty of it, I think, very much is that it is easy to do. Why? Because it doesn't require you to put a lot of additional effort in, right? You only wake up with a set amount of energy every day. That energy can be spent on many different things, right? Most of the people spend it completely or even overspend it on their work. I've been one of those. Sometimes I still do. However, adding habits or habit stacking, or adding a habit a week, or continuously adding new habits, that is all additional energy that is required to expedite or to output, basically, right? And there is just not enough energy in the body every day. You hear my little kids on the background now. They feels like they don't want to get, how do you say that? They don't want to get. By the way, I do hope there's nothing in my teeth, because I did have a very nutritious, diverse yogurt meal with many seeds in there. So I don't hope those are completely stuck in my teeth. Well, anyway, oh, this is shit. This is raw stuff. Yes, so I'm just kicking ass. You know, it is just it is this is actually, I think this can be, if you would, I forgot what the author's name was, but The Power of Habit. Was it Dougill or something like that? The guy was always talking about cornerstone habits, right? If you, for me, for instance, one of the big cornerstone habits was the putting the how do you say that, the running race in the calendar, right? The marathon. That triggered so much for me. It triggered the training per week. I'm gonna check on the kids, by the way, in a minute. Oh, as well, I think. Yeah, it sounds like it's okay. But then also taking away the phone, which has been like 3 to 5 hours a day. That is just, it's opening up so much. So see that as a very good follow-up. I'm very happy that I did that as a second experiment, and it's giving me a lot of fruits, to be honest. So that is just amazing. Wanted to give that as an update. Hopefully it motivates somebody there. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Sometimes you're just frustrated, right? So many things are going well. For instance, the Own the Phone challenge is going pretty okay, I must say. Last week was a banger of a week, like I said. This week starting off strong. Yesterday again, only 1.5 hours ish of phone time. No YouTube, nothing at the end of the day. So that was all well. Today, however, just starting off bad. You know, sometimes you have these mornings. I woke up early. That was good. I was with the kids. That was fun. Then I sat behind my desk. For some reason, I ended up on LinkedIn. And just it went downhill from there. I have these, as a former entrepreneur, when I see guys from my cohort still building companies, I just feel like shit. I love those guys and I appreciate their efforts and I think they're amazing and what they're doing is phenomenal, right? I support them. I wish them all the luck in the world. And if I could do something for them, I would. However, I feel shit about myself, about the fact that I was not strong enough to proceed after 10 years of company building, 7 years almost of my last venture, which is still alive and kicking, and Peter is doing a tremendous job with that company. Still a shareholder there. However, I wasn't able to continue. You know, I made some life decisions to step away from that, constant, basically traumatic experience. And I wasn't strong enough, or willing enough, or capable enough, or skilled enough, or how do you say that, resilient enough to stick with it, even though that the stakes were so small, right? If you're doing less than $1 million in revenue on an annual basis, come on, that is nothing. Being able to count the number of employees on 2 hands, that is nothing. But for me, it was the world. And for me, it felt like the weight of the world was on my shoulders. So yeah, I feel ashamed. I get down when I do that. That's also one of the reasons why I don't have LinkedIn on my phone. Even though many things in my life are going really well, right? So I stood on the scale this morning. I'm currently 94.2 kilos. That is in the past 5 years, the lowest amount of weight that I've ever weighed, basically. So that is phenomenal. I also recently did a DEXA scan. The results of those I hope to discuss later on. They were pretty positive, especially when we're talking about visceral fat, so fat that accumulates inside around the organs, which is the dangerous type of fats, right? I also did a testosterone scan, or a blood hormone research. They took my blood, and the T levels there were also, they were not phenomenal, but they were not horrible, right? They were below the average, or at least the average is a range, and they were on the lower end of the range, but they were not completely there where you should say, oh, you should be worried about it, or you should go on testosterone replacement therapy right away. So all of that is good, right? I'm losing weight, I'm owning the phone, beating the phone, feeling better about myself, feeling okay. But then when I fall in this LinkedIn annoying morning, then I just get really frustrated. And I wanted to share that because it's not only rainbow sunshine going up and up and up, right? The whole goal of this, the whole goal of this series is that I'm not trying to be this Ultraman or something you cannot achieve, because we are completely similar. I have a regular 9 to 5, a very stressful 9 to 5, a sales job. I have kids, I have a wife, I have a family, I have assets, I have a life, right? This is not me being a full-time YouTuber, even though that if you are a full-time YouTuber, you can do a few things way better, right? So what is hooking people? It should be highly entertaining, highly informative, has a high shock value that works as well. Or I do believe these days high authenticity, that also works. But that is very much personality driven. So if you can mix those four, leaving out the informative, you're Mr. Beast, right? If you can leave in authenticity, informative, and entertaining, or I don't know, entertaining, yeah, maybe entertaining, then you have like an Ali Abdaal, for instance. Where am I? I'm also frustrated about that. I think the structure of these videos is not that entertaining. It's me being honest about looking at myself. I think the informativeness, it's scattered all over the place, and that's the thing where what I'm really frustrated about. This is scattered, right? There's no structure. There's no quantitative, like I'm typically a very quantitative person, but there's no real measurement going on. You know, I'm doing my own measurements, but I'm not really showcasing the numbers to you guys. And then qualitative, yeah, I'm sharing a lot of thoughts, right? I'm sharing a lot of objective or very subjective and sometimes objective experiences with you. So there's some qualitative stuff going on. But then that leaves us, the shock factor. I'm not going for shock factor at all. Maybe there might be some authenticity. I'm trying to present myself as much as myself as possible, right? Not sugarcoating it, not editing it, and leaving all the fuck ups in there, basically. And that's completely fine. That is what it is. So yeah, just wanted to share that. Have a good one. See you later. Bye-bye. Welcome back to the 30-day owning the phone challenge. Today is a good day. It is Friday the 3rd of May. So we've been at it quite a while, and I think I had an amazing achievement, because yesterday it was Thursday the 2nd, obviously, and I had my best time not on the phone yet. It was 36 minutes on the phone. Basically what I did, I was on the phone maybe a few minutes in the morning. Then I put my phone into the safe behind me, the kitchen safe. By the way, currently they are rebranded, so it's no longer the kitchen safe. Anyway, check it out, by the way, if you love it, because it's been extremely helpful for me to put the phone away and to basically not being able to touch the phone in any way. And then with the combination of an Apple Watch, because everything is synced, I can still pay, I can still basically do everything that I need to do from phone, SMS, whatever. No WhatsApp, okay, that's true, but every necessity except for maybe navigation can be done through the watch, right? So if you would do this for yourself, I would definitely recommend you to pair your iPhone, if you have an iPhone, or your Android device with another piece of smart wearable for which you can then basically go on with your life, right? So that you don't have to break open the safe like I've seen people do online, which is incredibly funny and stupid because it's a very expensive and at the same time extremely useful piece of technology. It's very simple, rudimentary. It's just a box with a lock and a timer on it. Well, you don't need anything more to own the phone, is what I've been seeing. Well, you do need the wearable extension to pay, to do a few things, to make calls, those things. So, yeah. So on that topic, actually, does it require an investment? Well, that's always the caveat, right? If you want to do things smart, if you want to do them effortlessly, it requires a little bit of assistance, and assistance can come in the form of some more energy expenditure of a person themselves, right? In the form of a little bit more motivation, maybe a little bit more effort, or a little bit more planning and dedication, or you spend a little bit more effort in the form of energy, which is money, right? So you spend a little bit more money. Obviously, you don't have to buy the $1,100 titanium Apple Watch, the new one, the Ultra. You can do it with a second-hand, cheaper version, obviously. But it does lighten the weight a lot, right? So you don't have to stress or strategize about putting the timer on of the phone. You can just go out. Yesterday I went out with my wife. I had an amazing dinner, felt amazing. No phone there, so during the dinner I wasn't able to look on my phone at all. And she actually mentioned that it was also for her pretty neat, because she could definitely sense the difference, right? If you go out for dinner without the phone there, it's a completely different experience. You have to focus 100% on each other. So I would recommend everybody to do so. So that's just great. Lesson here is make it extremely easy on yourself. You can do it two ways, right? You can do it with more physical energy expenditure in the form of motivation, dedication, or spend a little bit of money, or maybe you already have spent the money, and then you make it easy for yourself. That is what I would say. Another thing I think is important to be mentioning now is that I feel amazing. So I don't know if there's a direct correlation between basically the less than 40 minutes phone day yesterday, or if it's anything else. But I'm completely mentally clear, in flow state. Had an amazing dinner with my wife yesterday, so we went out to a pretty fine dining Italian cuisine. I had a very diverse when it comes to vegetables, dishes, meats, carbs, any type of food. Very diverse meal, which is great because that's actually a pillar I'm looking forward. I'm focusing on, right? A very diverse type of palette when it comes to greens, vegetables, fibers, those type of things. So that was amazing. We had a good session before that as well. Some counseling before that as well. So it was just a great day without the phone, and I can still attest to almost being halfway when it comes to this challenge, right? So almost have done the 30 videos. It's just so wonderful. It is so life enriching. It's completely perspective changing with how you fill in your day, what you spend your energy on, the energy you get back. What I'm also seeing, I've learned from Jim Lauer, there's 3 types of recovery, right? Or 3 types of energy expenditure. There's physical, there's mental, and then there's emotional. And the phone not being there, it allows you to mentally and emotionally recover a lot. That's what I'm seeing. That recovery takes form in many different ways, but it does happen. The thing is, amusement feels like the phone, getting triggered by the phone, it feels like recovery, but actually it is very much mental gymnastics, because you're completely overstimulating yourself with input. And I'm now rethinking my whole perspective on that. Like, the phone is not really recovery. It's like, probably it's as much energy expenditure as if you would do nothing, right? So it's tough for me to explain. Probably the energy that it takes and the recovery that it gives back, it evens itself out. So there's no surplus of recovery compared to the energy that it takes to get all those inputs from the phone, right? From the videos, from the photos, the whatever, the social media stuff. So true recovery is putting the phone down and just spending some time on slower pace stuff, writing, reading, meditating, thinking, literally doing nothing, sitting on the couch. So it's very much back to basics, and I really like it. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm still very much struggling though with one thing, which is getting the first video uploaded, because I have edited everything on the phone. Basically as a long video, I've spoken it before. However, for some reason there's this mental blockade for now deleting all of that and doing it again on the computer, because the phone does not allow me to extract like a 6-hour video or a 5-hour video, which is I don't know how many gigabytes. It just completely dies out. It blocks it. There's an error when I try to do it. So yes, I have no idea why that technically is the case, but I have to do everything again. So yeah, I have to move in that direction. I hope to do that this weekend. That would be amazing if I can make a step there, because I want to put these things out there. You know, I want to look back at them and see where it came from, which is going to be amazing, because these videos, they are very much a stick behind the door. I don't know if you can say it, or they are very much a stick, like a carrot in front of me or a stick behind me. It's very much, yeah, how do you say it? It's forcing me to keep the course, you know. It's incredible. I love it. Well, have a good one. Bye bye. See you later. Ciao. Welcome to day 16 of the Beating the Phone challenge. And let me tell you, the phone is getting beaten, because last week I had my best average day viewing time ever, which was 1 hour 28 minutes on average for the whole week. So every day on average. It is now Monday the 6th of May. So that is just incredible. I'm beating this thing. What I mean by that is that the phone is becoming less and less relevant in my life. It's gotten to a position where it has not a real value anymore. Particularly on the content side, right? I'm not looking at Google Chrome or YouTube anymore. The phone just hasn't played a big role in my life anymore, which is amazing. Even in the weekend, so these were incredibly busy weekends, but I just, also in the time I had for myself, I wasn't, how do you say that? I wasn't weak and grabbed the phone. I was there for Natalie, who needs me currently. We did a lot of talking, relaxation in the evening, and yeah, so that is just incredible. It's opening up so much. It is really, really impactful. It's an enabler for so much else, right? So, like I said before, I wish I would have done this way earlier. I wish I wish I wasn't as invested into the phone as I was earlier. I would recommend everybody, as young as you are, beat this thing. It's easy to do. Well, it's not easy to do, but it's something you can do. You need a few little tricks. For instance, the like we said before, the KSafe is an incredible tool, especially in the beginning, to really lock yourself out of the phone. The watch is a great one as well. Third is just an incredible disdain for how much time you spend on the phone. Also just really feeling the sense that it's hurting you, right? I could really feel that it hurted my outlook on life. It makes everything so dull because the phone is just so incredibly sexy, right? I've said this before, but the thing with the phone is that it pulls you in. It's so powerful. The content is so powerful. Yeah, I heard somebody say the other day, it's like basically, you know, in the Roman times or in ancient times, you had these plays, right? Or you had these big stadiums where the gladiators would fight, and it would be incredible amusement, right? It would be peak amusement for these ancient people, right? And there would be games going on for days, sometimes weeks. People would be completely entertained, but this would not be continuously, right? You should see the phone as having those games in front of you, potentially continuously. So getting peak stimulation, right? With a set of very ancient hardware, right? Monkeys are not watching YouTube, and in my opinion, we're pretty close to monkeys as human beings, maybe even closer than we want sometimes, especially, well, I know I am sometimes. So yeah, that is just, it's so big, it is so enormous, it is so impactful. I enjoy it so much, the time that it gives me. And it's been actually pushing me, for instance, to the last 3 days, the last week, I've been going to the gym 3 times, which for me is incredible. It's a lot. It's an incredible amount. And I have some goals there as well, right? I did the DEXA scan. I have 63 kilograms of lean body mass, but I also have 33 kilograms of fat. So I have around, in total, I think that I said I had a little over 30% in fat on my body. I have very limited visceral fat. That was a really good thing, which was said by the physician or the person that took it, that did the testing. So he said overall, fat-wise, I'm pretty healthy, right? Fat on my body, he said, well, it isn't the biggest issue, especially when you're young. The visceral fat is, and there I was completely in the green, so that is great. But still I have a goal to go to 20% fat, which is more than 10 kilos in fat lost, 20%, or I need to gain a lot of lean muscle as well, right? So you can change the composition on 2 ends. And like I said, I have a new race in the books. And I'm going to try Tonkat Ali. It's not here yet. I hope that it comes in this week. Because that would be amazing. Then I can boost my T levels, which were, I think they were around 13.4 nanomolars per liter. Nano or millimolars, I don't know. I think it's nano or millimolars. I don't know. But the range was between 8 and 36, and I was on the lower end. So I was communicating with ChatGPT on it. And they said it's not horrible, but you're definitely on the lower range of the band. So that is definitely something I can look at, the T levels, the testosterone, boosting it with supplements, seeing if I can boost that, do another test there. So that is pretty cool. That's it for now. Have a good one. Thank you. Bye-bye. Welcome to day 17 of the 30 days Own the Phone challenge. Currently, I am located in Switzerland. We traveled here last week. Today is the 14th of May, 2024. Yes, so basically my last video was, I think, the 6th or the 7th of May, so it has been quite a while. It has almost been a week or a little over a week of no filming. The reason for that was obviously the travel. We traveled by car with 2 babies in the back. This is quite the road trip. It feels like you're doing a trip around the world, but no, it's actually pretty fun, to be honest. However, a trip that normally takes 9.5 hours then takes 12.5 hours. So it does take quite a substantial amount of time longer when you travel with these almost 2-year-olds, especially when they're twins. However, I did want to give a good update. So we're going to stay in Switzerland for the rest of May. We're going to stay here until the 30th of May. This is an amazing place in Berner Oberland. It is close to Gstaad. It is a beautiful area, especially now in the summer, right? So it's not. I think it is starting to become summer, right? It's incredible weather here, a lot of sun. It's amazing. I have my working setup here as well. I brought my screen. I brought my professional setup, so I can do quite the amount of work here. Obviously, because I'm just working remotely, right? I can do my job from wherever I want, which is an incredible blessing, I must say. And I would have not wanted it different anyway whatsoever. So I did fall off the wagon when it comes to the screen time. Last week, I think the average screen time per day was 3 hours and 41 minutes. So I really fell off the wagon, right? So the week before that, I was close to 1.5 hours a day on average, and that basically upped to 2 additional hours a day, which shows something. Well, I don't think it's concerning, because I'm kind of back at it again today. Today is Tuesday. Yesterday was a good day. I was less than an hour. Today I'm definitely going to be less than an hour for sure. And the goal is this week to do my best week ever. Since we're here in Switzerland, I don't really have to use my phone. Well, while I'm saying that, I'm thinking about the first few days that I was here, and I used the phone quite a lot. I think because I was exhausted from travel, and I just wanted to clear my head. The thing is, though, even though it feels like clearing your head when you're using the phone, it really is not clearing the head. It is actually very much occupying the head, or it's filling the head with stuff that you don't really need, stuff that you'll forget, stuff that is quite prickling, stuff that is overloading your senses, dumb stuff most of the time. And because of these amazing content loops or rabbit holes or these amazing algorithms, you basically typically get a version of what you already watched, but then in a different package when it comes to the videos that you're consuming. So at least that's what I found, right? I'm completely addicted to finance videos for some reason. However, every finance video claims to be, this is the remedy for X, or this is the ultimate solution for Y. It's all an abbreviation of something else, right? We've seen it all before. It has come across our desk 1,000 times, and this time around, with clicking the new video, it is definitely not going to be as life-changing as the title suggests, which is amazing in its way anyway, because it's great marketing, right? The fact that people have completely over-engineered our little rodent brains into wanting to click when a specific set of words is in a specific arrangement, right? I find that fascinating. Okay, so I do want to give an interesting update on the smoking situation. In total, I haven't smoked for 83 days now, so that is a big improvement. I can definitely see it in my skin. I can definitely see it in my teeth. They are whiter than usual. I can feel it in my lungs. I have more energy. The smoking is definitely doing something with me. Also, eating is going better as well. I'm definitely trying to eat less. I'm trying to do the Japanese blue zone tactic where you eat until 80%. However, it is kind of a little bit working against me, because I'm also joining the gym, or I have I have been going to the gym more than normally. So I've actually for the past 2 days I've, for instance, been going to the gym, and last week I've went to the gym for 3 days as well. This is something that I had been doing in the past in multiple occasions, for instance during my college years, and then also when I was younger, around 15. So I had these jumps of going to the gym, and I'm picking that up currently. I don't know how good it's going to be in combination with also the running training for the half marathon, which is coming up in November or October. I'm not sure completely. However, I'm just going to see how it goes. I've done my testosterone checks. I'm currently using Tomcat Ali and Fedosia agrestis. I'm using actually the Huberman protocol. Been seeing a lot of science against it. Well, actually, I've been seeing limited science which is suggesting that it is very helpful. And I've been doing quite some digging. However, I'm just going to try it. Right, I'm just going to see how it goes. I have a cycle of 30 days. So these are 2 pills a day. I'll show them later on, maybe once. By the way, at the same time, because this was like a whole package deal that I could buy, I'm also using ashwagandha, and I'm using turkesterone. So I had no idea what turkesterone was. Then I found out it was like the testosterone equivalent for plants and for insects. I was like, okay, this sounds amazing. However, when looking at the research there as well, it kind of looks unsupported. And it feels like a big marketing trick to push more supplements to people. Because I think there's like only one study out there suggesting that turkesterone did well in humans compared to the baseline group, so which was not using any of it without their knowledge. So yeah, it's all kind of vague to me. However, I'm all for experimentation. I really don't mind it, as long as you're feeling okay about it, and as long as you're not doing it continuously, just cycling on and off. Yeah, I've been a smoker, right? I've done many things that you're not supposed to do. I think I have a thick skin when it comes to that kind of experimentation. So yes, I've been doing also some Wim Hof breathing. That is amazing. I did the, like I said before, we did the DEXA scan. I'm going to schedule a new DEXA scan in 2 months. So the results of that will be interesting because they are going to showcase what the effect of the gym will be, right? So currently I'm at 31.6% body fat, 31.4 actually, which is quite the high amount. With me, it's very much in the stomach area and in the, let's say, the glutes area, right? So the back of my ass, basically. So yeah, we really want to get that down to 24% or 25%. So that is 6.4% decrease. If I can do that in 6 months, while building more lean body mass, or or maybe I need to get more lean body mass so that the how do you say it, averages out, or not averages out, but then the how do you say that? The verhouding is in Dutch. So the relationship changes, right? The more lean body mass for the same weight, the percentage of body fat obviously goes down. Okay, it is now Friday, the 17th of May. We are still in Switzerland, as you can see. I'm in the cabin right next to the woods. So things are actually pretty amazing. As you can see, I see that that the weather is extremely great. Been really getting a nice tan, so my Indonesian heritage is really coming out here, right? And luckily, funny enough, even though my wife is more from the Israeli, let's call it Middle Eastern background, our son has been picking up some of the sun as well, and he's really turning into a little, well, not a little tanned man, but I can see some of the tan is coming through, so that's interesting to see with a baby of 2 years old. Anyway, the important stuff that we wanted to talk about here, right? It's the 30-day being able to own the film challenge, or being able to own the film challenge. I mean, being able to own the phone challenge.
And in all fairness, it has been again a few days until we filmed, but it's not going great over here. So the relaxation of this cabin, of everything that is going on here, is, basically it is making me mentally weaker. So for some reason, I'm not that focused on the phone in a sense that I want to avoid it, right? I just let myself be very much. So I am going to the gym almost every other day or almost every day with my wife. So I'm doing a lot of running. I'm doing a lot of lifting as well. Uh, I don't know if that is coming through. I think you can see in my face that I'm losing quite some fat. That is, however, my weight is increasing while I see that I'm getting slimmer. So I think that is muscle mass. So definitely the new DEXA scan in 3 months is going to be interesting. But um, yeah, so the phone thingy is not going great. Last week, like we said before, it went up. This week it's going to go up even more, I'm assuming. Yesterday I had like 3+ hours. The day before I had almost 4+ hours of phone time. It is not going amazing, but that's completely part of it. I spoke with my wife about this subject yesterday. She said, "Oh, you're such a regular human." That's what she said to me, which is, I don't know if that is like a compliment, right? Or is that like a backhanded compliment? What is that? You're such a human. Basically, if I interpret it, it means you're so regular, right? You're so regular. You're so regular, like a normal human being committed for like 3, 4 weeks, really, bam, driving on adrenaline, endorphins, exciting new challenge. Let's go, wow, wow, wow. And then reality kicks in, and shit is extremely tough to keep hold of, like during regular life, right? So I'm excited, I'm happy, but I'm more tired than ever in the evenings because of going to the gym. I'm training almost every day now, uh, which is definitely not something my body is used to. So I'm tired, and when I'm tired, the mental fortitude, the mental, how do you say that, resolute goes down a lot. I'm not that strong anymore, so I just want to relax. I want to lay back. I want to chill, and that makes me, how do you say that? It makes me want to, damn, how do you say that? Yeah, it just makes me, yeah, less strong against the phone, unfortunately. So anyway, that is what it is. Hopefully, well, this is also kind of a new format, right? Via the laptop filming. It is kind of different, but it is the right way to do it now. I think I am on day 18, so I'm gonna push these last few weeks that we're here in Switzerland. I'm gonna push through, and I'm gonna see if I can film as much as possible on the laptop, making it quick and easy just during my midday break during work. Um, but anyway, yeah, this week is not great. That can happen, it's part of it. Let's Tomorrow is a new day, and there's always an opportunity in the next day. That's definitely what I believe, right? There's an opportunity to do better every day. So that is what I'm going to try to do. And Yeah, let's see if that works out. By the way, I do know also about the next challenge that I want to do, and I'm going to talk about the next challenge tomorrow, and that's actually why I'm going to speed through these next videos, because I really want to get to the next challenge. I think it's going to be a life-changing challenge as well. It has to do with reprogramming my brain, and doing an experiment there, like trying to brainwash myself, see if that is even possible, into really liking something or into really being driven around something. So that is interesting. Working on that in the background, and who knows? You'll probably, if you're following along, you're probably going to see that one as well. So thank you. Have a good one. See you later. Bye bye. Bye. Okay, so this is the 22nd of May, now in 2024. The official update is that it is the 19th update. Currently, we are still in the same setting, which is Switzerland, Swiss Alps, in a family home with wife, kids, and the au pair. Uh, it is absolutely beautiful here. I'm actually very happy that I'm able to focus pretty well on my work. And there's a very stable internet connection here as well. Obviously, Switzerland is known for that, right? Um, and at the same time, I'm able to invest a lot in self-improvement. Been going to the gym with my wife now already for the third consecutive week, training, push pull, and also a leg day, even though that I'm again starting to train for a half marathon in October. I am very much already seeing the benefits. You might be thinking, what is going on? Well, I have, and actually I know this because I have a genome which allows me to build muscle pretty quickly. That sounds very strange, but I once did a full genome research, and I have specific DNA that allows me to, how do you say that, to build muscle pretty quickly. And in the past, when I was younger, I think around 13, 14, I was able to go to the gym as well and then get pretty muscular quickly, or pretty muscular, good, well muscle definition quickly. So I'm looking to get that again this time. However, we're talking about the conquering the phone challenge. How is that going? I'm still very much embracing the challenge. However, as I've mentioned also in a previous video a few days ago, here in Switzerland, I am very much struggling to do well. I looked at the data from this week, right? It's now Wednesday. For instance, this Monday, I spent more than 4 hours on the phone. So I'm very much in a slump when it comes to doing this challenge well. And that is, I can very much sense that. I can very much feel that. It is annoying because I'm still very much enjoying the challenge. I know how much. Sorry. Also, it is the middle of the summer here. Sorry for that. It is the middle of the summer here, but people are cutting their grass all over here in the mountain area, and that is actually making me extremely getting the runny nose from all the pollen and everything that is coming out of the grass here. So I am struggling very much with that. Fortunately, it is not. We call it hooikoorts. I think hay fever is the correct name to call it. It is not affecting my work in any way. Fortunately, it is just very annoying, especially when I'm talking like I'm talking right now. It is very much. I'm sorry about this. Horrible. Anyway, this is the raw stuff, right? We wanted to do it this way, so we're going to do it this way. Talking about we, like I have a multiple personality disorder, funny enough, and which I don't have, by the way, just so you know. Some of you might think, ha ha ha, obviously you do, but no, I don't. Well, that came out weird as well. Now there are truly people out there thinking, yeah, he definitely has a multiple personality disorder because he just had a conversation with him. So, yeah, which I don't think is that strange. Anyway, looking at my notes, I'm still very much enjoying the challenge. I still very much know that if I can uphold this, I can improve a lot. I am seeing though that a different setting very much bugs with the results. Fortunately enough, I did take the how do you say that, the closet or the safe, the phone safe with me. So I am using it again. The first 2 weeks of being here, I haven't used it at all. But now I felt compelled to do it again. I felt motivated enough to do it again. And I'm very much treating it here also in the evening and in the weekends, this house, as a vacationing feeling, right? So that's why I'm on the phone, I'm relaxing, chilling on the couch. But yeah, I shouldn't do that. I need to stick with the challenge. It's now the 19th day, or at least the 19th video. Many more to come. We are only 2/3 there. So let's make the last 10 epic. Let's make them strong. We have the opportunity to do so. You and I mean the viewer and myself, not me and my many personalities. So let's do that. And the improvement is still there. I'm still enjoying it. The setting has changed, but that shouldn't be a big issue, to be honest. Still very much motivated into self-improvement. And yeah, let's keep it like that. And let's see if the video, hopefully I can film a little bit tomorrow. By the way, I am seeing a difference also in my face when I look at the different videos. So I can see that the fat, because I have a big face, the fat around my chins is definitely decreasing a little bit because of the weight that I am losing. Additionally, I've also booked a complete new blood test to be examined on the 7th of June. So I'm going to see the impact of the testosterone improvements from the tonkatali and the Fedosia agrestis, the turkesterone and the ashwagandha, and then also the lifting, obviously, and the running for the past 3 weeks, and then very much also a different diet. I've been eating fruits and vegetables basically with every meal now, from breakfast, midday to evening. And my wife has been extremely supportive with that because she already basically was like a pure, almost a full bred, like veganistic, very good at eating greens, smoothies, those type of things. So I'm just piggybacking on her, which is amazing. And I can definitely, I hope that a difference in my gut is very much achievable, right? Because I'm studying the gut more and more, and I know I'm behind in the party, right? Everybody has already closed down that party, but I know for sure that my how do you say that, my mood will definitely improve a lot when I invest in the health of my gut. So that is definitely something that I'm looking into. Anyway, I appreciate your time a lot. Thank you for watching this. I wanted to do this like a quick update. Funny enough, always when I do want to do a quick update, they tend to be a lot longer. So yes, have a good one. See you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Bye. Okay, welcome to day 20 of the 30-day Own the Phone challenge. It is the 23rd of May, 2024. We did a video yesterday and we're picking it up again today, so I'm happy about the fact that I'm able to film back to back. That always gives a very productive and good feeling. There's a few things. First of all, what I did yesterday was put the phone in the safe from early in the morning and basically timed the safe all the way up to 10:30 in the evening. That just does magic for the amount of phone time that you use. So did it again today. I remembered it also based on what I did when we were still back in the Netherlands, to which we are going actually in 1.5 weeks again. But that was the trick. Basically, I have my watch, right, from which I can do everything. I don't really need the phone. I can pay, I can call, I can SMS, I can text, whatever I need to do. Put the phone there until 10:30 at night, and then just before bed I take the phone out, and it's completely fine, right? These days with the smartwatch you don't need the phone. It does really help. So I've done it today again, and the phone is far away. I do want to mention though that I don't know if I said it yesterday, but this challenge is starting to bore me out. That is just part of this whole adventure, right? Again, this is not the full 30 days, so the whole challenge is not 30 days long. It is actually way longer. There are pockets there where I'm not filming, just because I don't want to pressure myself too much. But this phone challenge, it is an amazing challenge when it comes to finding new time in the day. It is opening up a lot of opportunities in the sense that you can spend that time differently. And I've been doing that, right? I've been spending that time very much going to the gym, running, doing some reading, some writing. So that time is well spent. Trust me, it's actually a great enabler. The thing is, though, there's not so much to keep on reporting on, right? Because it's one that can move really quickly when it comes to incorporating it into your habit. And it's very much an up and down thing with any habit, right? So again, this cycle has really shown me my shown me my humanness, right? In that being very excited at the beginning, then getting in a different setting, and the context changes, your mindset changes, you forget some of the enabling factors, right? So for instance, the safe that holds the phone, and you fall back into old patterns that you basically at the end of the day watch YouTube for 4 hours straight, right? So that is still very much there. The like honey for a bear or for an indigenous person, the pool of that honey, which is the phone, is still incredibly strong, and it's probably something that will be ingrained in my mind for until I die, right? Because I just know what the honey tastes like. I just know what the nectar does to my taste buds. In this case, it's my hands, it's my eyes, it's my ears, it is everything. So it is still very much a tough challenge in the sense that it's a continuous challenge, and that is also very much a thing. Will it be easy to continue after the challenge? That is something that I'm struggling with. I don't know. Literally, I don't know how easy it would be to continue. I don't know how incorporated or how ingrained it already is into my being. Right? That's very much something that I need to measure in upcoming challenges. Right? So how easy will it be to continue? How ingrained is it? Does it feel like I have to think, does it require a lot of effort to actively pursue or not, right? So those are things that's a good one actually. How easy will it be to continue and how effortless does it feel? So those are two markers that I will actually be measuring in the future. Okay, guys, have a good one. Speak to you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Okay, so this is day 21 of the 30 days on the phone challenge. So far, things are going better again. It is the 24th of May, so this is actually the third day in a row streak that we're filming again. I'm back in the groove. Things are going well. I am focused again on doing the best that I can do. This week, like I said before, Monday was horrible. It was a 4-hour day plus day. Last 2 days were incredible. I think they were less than an hour both when it came to total phone time. Again, what did the magic trick? The safe, so the kitchen safe with the lock on it, putting the phone in there basically after I wake up or after I do my morning stuff, a little bit of phone work, some texting, WhatsApp, email, whatever, put it in a box, set the timer until 10:30 in the evening, and then do all the rest on my watch. That is basically the only safeguard that I have for making sure that I'm not using the phone in the evening. Funny enough, and when I don't do it, it's just too attractive for some reason, right? I said it before. I'm just like a bear that has honey close to itself, or like a honey jar so close by that you just wanna grab out of the honey jar, right? Which is the phone, obviously. Um, it is just too addictive, and I think this is this is not something that's going to change in 60 days, right? So I've very much been thinking about that. You know, how easy is it to keep on doing it after the experiment finishes? How pervasive is it? How influential is it on my productivity, my whatever, my work? How easy is it to do next to all of the other things that I'm doing? You know, sports, family, work, those type of things. And you know, this is going to be one for the long haul. Really rewiring your brain, getting it basically detached from the sweetness that my brain perceives it as. It's just going to be tough. And the thing with social media, it's not only the phone, right? It's also very much intertwined with the um, the laptop, right? So that makes it very hard because the attractiveness of YouTube, the attractiveness of social media, it stays there in your brain because sometimes you just have to open up YouTube on your how do you say it, on your other devices, and that re-ups the dopamine, it re-ups the receptors when it comes to, oh yeah, social media. I'm not forgetting how great it is. It is so potent, right? So it is very much device agnostic, what I'm seeing, right? So it's not only the phone. It is, if you really want to get rid of social media and of the addiction of social media, the attractiveness of what YouTube brings, TikTok, whatever your poison is, it should be a holistic approach. So currently I'm doing very much a phone focused approach. If I would improve it to the future, I would make it also very much a more holistic approach where you not only think about the device, but you very much think about on the device what are the poisons, right? So for me, for instance, it's YouTube, it's LinkedIn, it's watching videos. I don't have any of the all of the other bad habits out there or vices when it comes to online behavior. So unfortunately I don't have to deal with those, but my poison pill is or my poison is YouTube, and it's just incredibly addictive. If I click a few wrong videos during my workday, I can easily be in this crazy rabbit hole for like 2 hours watching. Recently, I watched a 20-minute video of a guy camping out undercover on a roundabout. That was his whole shtick. He was basically going on the urban camping spots where there's no camping spot. He just goes to these crazy little corners in the urban area and he camps there like as stealthy as possible. And he has a whole million viewers channel around that. I think it's amazing. That also opens up the idea of like there's still so much interesting content out there to be thought of or created. Like this guy, I don't know what his shtick is, but it feels like it's like urban, stealthy, outdoor camping, right? Can you fucking set up a camping site undercover in a bush in a roundabout, right? Who the hell thinks of that? Anyway, I foresee in a few years a cooking channel on roundabouts, right? Stealth cooking, setting up a drive-through on a roundabout with own barbecued meals. I don't know. I'm going down the rabbit hole myself now, but you know what I mean. There's a lot of opportunity out there. Anyway, get back to the topic. This challenge is partly effective, what I'm seeing. However, I am continuing. I am setting up for next week. So next week, Monday, should be the 25th, 26th, 27th. So that is when the new week resets. I'm going for the craziest week, which is next week, where I'm going to try to go less than an hour on average for every day. So that's the fucking goal. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to show the screenshots of me doing it to end this one on a bang. And I'm also going to report on it. Like, how easy is it? How easy will it be to actually go that far? Right? So, and I've also been seeing some more negatives lately. For instance, contact with friends. When your phone is not there, you can't do WhatsApp on the watch. You just neglect it. And I'm very easy when it comes to neglecting friendships. Unfortunately, I wish I wasn't that easy with that, but I'm kind of a solist, more like a hermit crab kind of guy, like a guy that loves his solidarity or solitude kind of person. Very much Einzelgängery in a sense. I have many friends and loving friends and communities and fraternities and brotherhoods and all of that. And I'm blessed with having that very much. I wouldn't have expected it when I was younger and sitting behind my desk playing World of Warcraft for 17 hours a day. Definitely not, although I did have a lot of online friendships back in the day. So it is not a natural thing to me, but still, I'm blessed with what I have. But I'm neglecting that very much, and it's not on purpose. It's just happening because the WhatsApp isn't there, right? The WhatsApp is what is keeping you guys together. It is typically the communication glue digitally. So I will have to figure that out. And that is definitely a drawdown. So for very actively social people, that will be one of the biggest drawdowns I see very much coming up. Anyway, making myself ready for the next week, making that a very crazy week, one less than an hour on average, starting from next Monday, the 27th of May, then going into the new month with that new average per day of less than an hour. It's going to be a crazy goal. Let's get it. I'm excited about it. And also another separate tiny goal this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I really want to keep on filming as well, keep the streak going, because I think there's magic in streaks, and it's definitely becoming more and more of a habit, to sometimes do these videos, but it would be just even more fun if I could do literally an experiment like every 30 days, right? Or like every 30 days do an experiment back to back to back to back, make it a little bit more quantitative, a little bit more scientific-y, researchy, more of a process, a workflow, some true, how do you say it, measurements of how things are going because of the experiment. And then 10 days of rest, recalibrating, figuring out the new experiment, and then continuing. Also to just pump out more of these videos, right? To inspire more people to see life as a big experiment, as a chain of, you can get somewhere where you want to go just by setting up those experiments. Just taking one step at a time. You 30 days. How many 30 days do you have in a year? You have an incredible amount of 30 days in a year, right? You have almost 12 30 days in a year. I think you have exact or almost exact 12 days. I think a little bit more. Or 30 days, 12 times that, a little bit more, a few days more. So yeah, there's just so much opportunity, and I'm smelling that opportunity more and more and more. I can sense that opportunity more and more and more. So I'm just going to grab it. This is very much for me myself, but it's fun, and I hope you enjoy it as well. Have a good one. See you on the next one. Bye bye. Okay, this is day 22 of the 30 days Own the Phone challenge. We are in the third leg currently, again, but there are still some things I would like to achieve very much. So, like I said last week, which was I think on Friday, today is Monday, the 27th of May, 2024. This week I want to do one of the best weeks ever. So I want to do less than 30 minutes on the phone per day on average. I know it's going to be crazy. I do have a strategy, and I'm going to share the strategy with you now. By the way, one thing that I've done this time instead of other times, I have a coffee with me. In all transparency, it's actually a decaf coffee. It's my second coffee of the day, which is typically when I drink my second coffee, it is a decaf coffee. My coffee strategy, actually, interestingly enough, for those that might be interested, I drink 3 normal coffees, cups, cappuccino or Nespresso cups a day. 2 of them, or well, 3 regular caffeine ones and 2 how do you say that, decaf ones. So in total it's typically 5 cups of coffee a day, and I alter normal, decaf, normal, decaf, normal, very much around the same time. So after breakfast a normal one, after lunch a normal one, so the caffeine flows better with some food. Anyway, I've been doing this literally for probably the past 10 years, or no, I think past 6 or 7 years. I think the first 2 years was basically 20 cups a day, or maybe the first 4 years after I started working, because I needed those. That was very much partying and working hard period, right? So after studying, you examine the new city, which is Amsterdam, and then you just want to enjoy it. So you want to go there from Thursday until Sunday. Yeah, that's basically how it goes. And then you need a lot of additional coffee. Wow. Okay, so back to day 22. This week is going to be less than 30 minutes a day a week. It is going to be difficult because I will need the phone at certain points. For instance, this Thursday in the evening, we are driving back to the Netherlands. As you can see, I'm still in the cabin here in Switzerland. But this Thursday in the evening, the goal is to ride back to the Netherlands and to greet our little lovely humble abode over there again, and to leave this beautiful house in the mountains. That's just what it is. Nothing to do about it. It's going to be an evening trip, so the babies are going to sleep through it completely. But it's going to be interesting to see, can I basically make sure that I'm not using the phone the entire time. I think I can. I think it should be doable, and let's see how that goes. Anyway, what is most important is that I also need to keep a little bit of contact with the world, right? So that's why probably one of the biggest drawdowns is being less active with people on WhatsApp, on any type of communication channels out there, which is probably the biggest drawdown of all of this, next to the fact that it's also just an amazing time of amusement, right? So what I've done this morning is just texting everybody that I needed to text, and shared my, how do you say that, my WhatsApps with those that needed a WhatsApp, and yeah, that's it basically. So now the phone is, again, as you can see, in the safe, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's there still for 12 hours and 16 minutes. So that is until 10:30 later this evening. And all this while I'm going to the gym. I'm going for a run later this evening. I have to do a lot of work, but I can do all the work from my all the calling, if I have to do calls with my personal phone, I also have a dialer on my laptop, right? So that is where I do basically all the phoning for my very much a commercial role, where you have to do a lot of outreach, right? So there's a lot of phone-based Zoom or emailing or whatever, but all of that can be done from the laptop. Plus, if incoming calls come in, or if I need to call somebody with my personal phone, I can all do that from the laptop and additionally from the phone, because my phone is charged. So even SMS that comes in, because it's all the Apple ecosystem, it all comes into the iCloud, right? So if I get an SMS, I see that on my laptop. So that's how I do it. The most important part is the contact with peers, with friends, whoever, family, and that has been taken care of in the morning. I think that took around maybe 20, 15 minutes. So I should be less than 30 minutes for today, which is the 27th of May. And oh man, would be amazing if I do less than 30 minutes. And I need to be strict in the fact that I'm not going to watch more than 2 to 3 videos of YouTube a day on my laptop, right? Because that has been not a cheese method, but it is easy during the day just to, during lunch, to pick your laptop up and watch some nice videos, right? Some wholesome videos. I need to be strong. So let's see how I do. Thank you so much. Keep on watching. Have a good one. Bye bye.
Okay, this is day 23 of the 30-day Own the Phone challenge. It is Tuesday the 28th, so we're not keeping the streak strong. Well, we did a video yesterday, but I was planning on doing a streak as of last week. That's okay. That's completely fine. That's not a problem. There is not the energy there to keep the streak up. Today I feel completely drained. That's okay. My wife and I, we had a bad evening, a bad night over here, and that can happen. Um, but anyway, the good thing is that if looking at today and yesterday, the average time that I've been on the phone is less than 30 minutes. So yes, very much haven't been spending a lot of time on the phone in the past 2 days. I know it's only Tuesday, right? So it's not that impressive, but still, for the past 2 days, I have been able to completely control myself, specifically yesterday. I hope to do so today again. I'm a little worried for Thursday because Thursday evening is when we're going to drive through the evening and we're going to drive all the way back home. This is a 10-hour drive, of which I'm gonna drive like 5 hours through the night from the morning 12 o'clock until 5 in the morning. It is going to be a tough one, especially when you consider that we are pretty, how do you say that, drained already. So it is what it is. See you in the next one and keep on pushing. That's sometimes the only thing that you can do. Have a good one. Bye bye.
Okay, so this is day 24 of the 30-day Film Yourself challenge. Things are going well. Like we said, we are in the middle of the week where where I want to achieve basically less than a half an hour a day on average. Not filming myself. That would be amazing if I did every day more than half an hour. But no, so we're going for less than a half an hour of phone time a day. Things are going well. It is now Wednesday the 29th. The average is, I think, a little above 40 minutes right now over the past 3 days. So that means that today and tomorrow and the day after, I'll have to work hard to keep it as low as possible. This challenge, however, is more difficult than I thought. So the less than half an hour a day is very taxing on keeping in contact with your loved ones, friends, doing any type of admin work that you were supposed to or that you are used to doing on your phone, right? So, for instance, for me, all my banking is via a mobile app. That just takes time to do, right? You cannot fix some finances or some admin stuff in literally 2 minutes of blah, 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 blah. I also typically do all my personal email on my phone as well. So that is also a tough one to be dealing with. Another one is navigation through Google Maps. That's another one that I'm seeing is a very tough one. The watch is not amazing at facilitating that. WhatsApp, again, another one. Unable to do so on the watch. So yeah, that is, or at least maybe there's a possibility. I haven't found it yet. So that is very, very tough to do. So yeah, can you go completely without the smartphone? No. That's definitely something that I've seen right now. It's also not an ambition of mine. I don't want to. I don't want to be like a completely go dead bunny, live in the woods in a cabin. That's even though I'm currently in the woods in a cabin. Funny enough, who'd say? No, I'm not writing a manifesto, so don't worry about it. I am sending a lot of packages though, but no, of course not. I haven't sent a package maybe in like fucking 8 years or something like that. Anyway, let's continue. Yeah, so am I going to keep up the less than 30 minutes a day on average after this challenge? I assume not. Who knows, might happen. I've analyzed my YouTube addiction as well. It is still very much there. It is just so ingrained in the brain. I'm just so hungry in the evening after going to the gym or doing whatever to just wind down, relax down, and just watch some videos, man. I've for the past 2 months I have watched way less YouTube, but I've been saving the ones that I wanted to watch in my I want to watch later section, and there are just so much gems in there, man. It's incredible. I want to watch those, and sometimes I'm just too weak. I'm so human. Like my wife made the joke, this challenge, you're just such a regular human, and it's true. I go hard at the beginning. I pound, I'm excited, adrenaline, excitement, let's go, blah, blah, blah. And then fatigue kicks in, burnout kicks in, or not the crazy burnout, the real burnout, but more like, yeah, it's becoming mundane, it's becoming less exciting. The flashiness, the glasses, the goggles, the pink goggles go off. Oh shit, life has not changed, right? The grass is not greener on the other side, which it never is. It's actually typically very green under your feet. You just have to look down. Basically, what that means is you just have to stand still and literally just think about where am I standing actually. Typically, where you're standing is if you look at all in perspective, it's not that bad. And I've never had it so that once I figured, oh, if I jump that ledge, or if I jump that hedge, or if I cross that bridge, or if um, I get over that mountain, things will be amazing. Things typically were amazing already, or they were actually more amazing than where I came from than where I'm at currently. Uh, it's not always the case, but sometimes it is. Anyway, a lot of how do you say that? A lot of Taoisms, a lot of um, I don't know what I'm saying. And it's also again why I want to express I love this, because just real stuff. This is me talking in the camera, basically talking to myself. Very much learning how to do so, very much getting more and more comfortable with doing so. And oh man, I do have a lot of excitement though for all the new things that I have coming up. So there are some things that I definitely want to discuss and talk about, because there are some good things in the pipeline when it comes to these type of challenges. And there's just a lot to discuss about doing all of this while doing a 9 to 5, having a family. What can you add? What can you not add? How far can you go when it comes to optimization? What should you focus on? What should you not focus on? There's just many interesting topics to talk about. Anyway, let you guys go for now. Have a good one. Thank you so much. See you in the next one. Bye bye. Okay, this is day 25 of the 30 days on the phone challenge. How is it going? Well, today is Monday, the 3rd of June 2024. Um, I had a big goal last week to have an average amount of time on the phone, less than a half an hour a day. That was the goal. I failed that goal miserably. So that's just part one. Completely failed. Cannot make it any bigger or smaller than it is. However, I did think about some ways why I failed, right? So let me, in real time, check what the average time was for spent on the phone for last week. I can check that obviously on the phone. It is loading. Oh, by the way, today it says I've already looked at the phone for, okay, so average last week was 3 hours and 40 minutes. God damn it. That is just horrendous. What fucked it up? Well, there are a few obvious reasons. I think there were only 2 days that were more than 3 hours and 4 minutes when it came to the amount of time spent on the phone. Those were Saturday and Friday. And Friday is very much, how do you say that, explainable, because that was the day that we went to travel during the night. So I think I made a video that Thursday explained that we were going to travel straight after the workday. We were going to haul the kids into the car, and then we were going to um, travel to the Netherlands back, and this was a 10.5 hour drive from where we were in Switzerland. By the way, as you can see, I am currently back in our house in the Netherlands. No, this is not a storage unit. This is actually the location where I work. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it. It is a room. It is still very much filled with, how do you say that, stuff. Maybe one day I'll try to make this a little bit more, how do you say that, more pleasant to look at. Currently, it is not. Anyway, yeah, so the reasons for failing: one, a big drive in which I had my phone on. We use a radar detection system which is connected to the phone. So basically, that allows me to sometimes drive, let's say, not always at the appropriate speed. This radar system is a crowdsourced based system we have in the Netherlands, where people alert each other for if there are radars on the road, and it allows me to basically understand if there is a police car or a radar or a camera system close by when I'm driving a little bit faster. Just get home a little bit earlier, right? We are driving over the German highways after all, which are getting cracked down continuously, right? So the nice speeding that you were able to do priorly, it is getting cracked down a lot. I think the German government is finally understanding that being able to have people on the left lane drive 250 kilometers an hour next to you is just not safe for nobody. Anyway, I do love the German highways, by the way, so I'm a big fan of driving there. Yeah, so that was a big deal. The other one was just a, let's call it an important week for work. There was a lot of work to be done. There was quite some pressure on me. Good pressure, good kind of pressure. I needed to deliver. Some deadlines were there for what we call in our industry RFPs, so requests for proposals. So these are basically large corporations asking for a quote, and they ask it in a very standardized way, so it becomes easy for them to evaluate who is going to do the work, or who is allowed to do the work, or who do we want to grant the work, right? So many of those were going on. Currently, they are still going on, but in Switzerland, because it felt very much like at the end of the day after a work day or on the weekend, it felt very much like a vacation. I treated it like a relaxing vacation, and one of those relaxing things that I do is being on the phone, right? So I hope to now move that around and being able to do better this week. However, one thing that I've noticed is that I like the phone to be there in the gym. I don't really need it because I can handle everything from my watch basically. But still, the phone is nice for when you're on a treadmill, when you're cycling, just to watch a little YouTube video or whatever to make it less annoying or less boring, right? So, however, it is not really needed. I can do everything: podcasts, music, workout data. I can all do it from the wristwatch, so it is not needed, and I should try to keep it out there as well because I'm kind of tracking all my workouts now with pen and paper, funny enough. And that's been going okay. And yes, so the sound has probably switched. I have no idea. Anyway, it is also a good moment for me to wrap it up. Last week was a disaster. Well, not a disaster, but I wasn't able to meet my goals. Maybe this is the 25th video, so only 6 more to go. Maybe there is an opportunity here to do better this time. Let's see what I can do in the last week of this challenge. Potentially I can do very well. However, I want to get into the evaluation mode of this challenge in the last few days. I want to answer some questions based on that. What are some big learnings? Those type of things. So the next few videos are going to be dedicated to that, while I'll still try to get the lowest amount of how do you say that, minutes per day on here. Last other thing which is interesting to share is that the first video finally has been uploaded last Friday about the 30-day film yourself challenge. It has taken quite some time, but I thought about it, I don't mind. This is a hobby. This is fun for me. There's no one putting me under pressure. There's no schedule for me to pressure on anything. I want to get faster, definitely, right? So I want to improve. The whole goal of this exercise is continual improvement and doing experiments to do so. But for now, I'm just keeping my own pace, trying to do better and better and better. One of those things is to get more flowy, to get better with presenting these type of videos, right? So that is a big part of it. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much. I look forward to the upcoming videos in the next days, and let's move this one to 30 videos done, and then a little bit quicker editing and going into the next experiment, because in all honesty, this experiment is quite boring, but that is for the evaluation part to be talking about. Okay, have a good one. See you later. Bye-bye. Okay, so this is day 26 of the 30 days film yourself challenge. Great start again with a scraping or a frog in the mouth. We are nearing the end, guys. So my commitment was this week to do the best week again. Last week we tried it, didn't go that well. This Monday, so yesterday, because now today it's Tuesday, the 4th of June, Monday went pretty well, I must say. Today I'm hoping to do well again. Going to put the phone into the locker straight away. It is now quite early in the morning. The sun just came up or is coming up as we speak. But the last 5 days I want to do a little bit of a review of this whole engagement. First of all, it started on the 9th of April. It is now the 4th of June. So a big improvement compared to last time is that this is taking only 2 months to film. And I think if we look at the prior video, which was the 30-day film yourself challenge, basically getting into the habit of these type of videos, into the habit of filming, I think that took maybe 115 days, something like that. So that was, if I'm not mistaken, so that is close to 4 months basically, which is impressive, right? So we're cutting that down to half, which is a very much a good thing. The eventual goal will be to cut it all down to basically doing this every 30 to 45 days with an upload there as well. That would be amazing if I can do it if I can do the filming within like a 30-day back to back to back, or maybe a 40-day, if you look at the weekends, back to back to back filming, then maybe a few days to do some slight editing. It is not like I'm a crazy special effects master here, but still some editing would be nice, or at least getting the videos all clumped together into one big video, right? And then doing a little bit of cutting and then uploading it. But let's jump into it straight away. By the way, an update in my life: I have been very much transitioning from a digital-based note-taking in Notion principle more to a writing principle. So that's also cutting straight to the what are like some of the big influences in my life because of this experiment. I think the biggest, by the way, I know it is the day 26, right? It is not the end yet, but I have a set of questions that I want to transition through in the coming days, basically answering all of those. So let me start out with the beginning question, which is very important. I think it is the why doing this, and then also the setup of the experiment, right? So what am I hoping to achieve? So the why is very much something that both myself, my wife, people around me have commented on, is that during the evening hours, I can be extremely addictive to the phone. So basically, in general, screens for me are like a drug. There is a story that I used to cry a lot, like as a baby. Obviously, I'm still a baby, and obviously, I cry on a daily basis. I'm a little crybaby still, but I used to cry a lot. And when my father came home after work, my mother was done with that, and she put me in my arms of my father, or the arms of my father, and said, "Now it's your turn." And his trick of the day basically was put me behind a television, put on some television, or he was reading the paper, and I was there being a nice, obedient baby, just watching the amazing things go by. We do not know how much damage it has done, probably a lot, obviously a lot. But no, from my own research videos for a youngster, or how do you say that, putting a young child in front of a television is definitely not the right way to go. But what can you say 30 years ago? Who knew, right? Many things were unknown. Anyway, so no hard feelings at all. It was just how things went, right? The same with food, the same with, I don't know, many of these type of things. Who knew, right? So that was that. My life changed obviously completely. After that came video games, World of Warcraft. It was always screens for me. And now as an adult, in the times that I have some time, some moments for relaxation, uh, that addiction, that hunger for moving things on the screen gets moved to the phone. And for me, the phone is the most addictive thing yet, because I have some type of agencies into what I pick. I can click on the topics that I love. I have a very wide array of things that I find extremely interesting, from forging of samurai swords to Lego to woodworking to painting to, I don't know, assembling mechanical keyboards to guitar to journaling, productivity. There's, if I would be good at all the interests that I have, I would be the most insane polymath out there, probably, right? So, as would all of you, obviously, because when you're looking at this, you're probably quite similar as me, I'm assuming, in that you have a very wide range of interests. Anyway, so yeah, there's just a hunger for me for screens. I like to use it as an addictive, self-soothing mechanism, and it is just very fun for me to do so. So that's why I love to watch YouTube videos, and I can do so easily for. If no one is stopping me, I could do like a whole Sunday from early morning in bed until late at night on the couch. So it's, for me, it is extremely easy to just give over and to, yeah, live the life of a junkie, basically, a moving screens junkie. So I want to conquer that. I want to beat that addiction, right? Like how I've beaten smoking in the past video, and still have beaten it. I think I haven't smoked for more than 100 years. So I wanna. It is one of those vices, one of those, how do you say that? One of those things that are part of my life that I want to overcome. I believe there's a lot of growth opportunity there when you take away some of the things that are taking away some of the growth opportunities. It sounds very circular, but basically, if I can beat the phone addiction, it could potentially give me 4 hours of my time back every day, or maybe more, in the evenings, which I'm now already very much investing into just movement, right? Going to the gym, running, uh, because, yeah, well, that's something that I'll mention. Definitely, you want to fill that time. for some reason, if the screen is gone, you get more motivation to do other things. It's definitely something that will be mentioned in the outcome part of this video. But yeah, I wanted to see what would happen to motivation, what would happen to concentration, what would happen to many of these traits that I have when I beat the phone. Basically, that was the goal. I wanted to feel more in control of the phone, and well, that's something I will discuss as well, but that definitely happened. I want to be able to go through my day where at the beginning of the day, when I get straight out of bed, I just don't want to check emails or watch videos. And during my lunch day, I don't want to sit eating a meal with the phone in my hand, feeling anxious when I don't have the phone. I don't want to feel anxious when I'm at the toilet when I don't have the phone there, right? It's just stupid stuff, but potentially life changing. So there's a big reason why I think I was hoping it would really open doors in my personal life. It would elevate me. It would make me feel less anxious. It would make me feel um, less down in a sense. Not that I'm completely down. I've been way more down in the past, but uh, yeah. So those type of things. Uh, I just had good hopes for it. You know, I assumed it was going to be an enabler very much. So that was the why. It's a big why. It's potentially again a very much a life-changing why. And the other one I thought it was interesting to document a raw type of just a regular guy going going through this, right? Trying to beat the phone, struggling very much. You can see I'm struggling very much. I do think there will be lasting effects, and I think I will be discussing those. But yeah, it's a strong why, right? I want to overcome this vice and this addiction, basically. Um, then the setup. Okay, so the setup is very clear. Trying to do the averages per day as low as possible. Started out high. Obviously, I came in high, and now I'm transitioning, trying to transition in lower and lower every week. So I look at the day average on a weekly basis. Why? Because it allows me to do so on my iPhone. The goal was definitely to go below 30 minutes a day on average. That was the setup. I wanted to do this for around 6 to 10 weeks. And the setup was basically I was going to have some support materials. We'll discuss those, but um, getting to a week where I do less than a half an hour a day was the eventual goal. Obviously, track everything, see how easy will it be to keep on doing this. Will things really get ingrained, right? So will I really start to feel like I have more control of the phone? Will I be able to sometimes, even though that I have the craving, will I be able to just put it down? And there are some interesting results there for sure when it comes to power over that pull, that addictive pull towards the phone. Um, so yeah, that was the whole setup. I did have some tools. I was quite dedicated. I was not going to be very harsh on myself. So if I failed, and I did fail quite some weeks, and I have screenshots of all those weeks, obviously, um, then I'm not going to be tough on myself. This is me next to doing all the other normal stuff in life, trying to achieve something. And in the past, I would be really harsh on myself when it came to trying to achieve these things and going extremely hard, pushing myself for 30 days straight, going really much to the edge, burning the candle, burning the midnight oil and burning the candle on two sides while dripping it in midnight oil, right? So that was just not great. So again, I've been nice to myself, right? I've been allowing myself to you know to not be amazing always, or to not be too stringent, too tight on things, right? If things don't work out, they don't work out. That's real life. That's how you should approach it. Obviously, keeping accountable via these videos and trying to do better always, because again, a big part of my philosophy, which is probably the most overeaten, over chewed philosophy in the world, that every second, every minute, every hour, every day when you wake up, you can basically choose to pick it back up, try again. And if you get a streak of 2 days, then the 1 week, great. If you get it off one day, if you do it one day the next week, if you do it 3 days the next one, keep on going. I'm basically saying that to myself, right? But yeah, that's it. So see you in the next one. Speak to you later. Bye bye. Bye. Okay, everybody, we are now at day 27 of the Own the Phone challenge. It is Wednesday, the 5th of June 2024. We are on quite the streak. I think I'm on day 3 already. As of Monday, as of this Monday. So that is going pretty well. And obviously we are on the last quarter already quite a while, the last 1/3 or the last 1/6. And when it comes to these videos, right? So, well, like I said yesterday, what I wanted to do for these videos, I wanted to go through a set of important questions I think need to be answered when it comes to these type of challenges. So a very big one for today is how easy is it to combine this challenge with a 9 to 5? I think when it comes to making all of this actually implementable or copyable or recreatable, it is all about can you do this next to a 9 to 5, right? Because the regular Joe like you and me, we are doing this next to a 9 to 5, right? We have bills to pay, we have children to feed, we have mortgages to pay. Yeah, all of that requires us to stick around with our job and to do these type of things next to what are we trying to achieve, right? So that means the Own the Phone challenge. It is something to clear a vice or to overcome a vice, big vice, or an addiction, even in my case. And that is something that you'll have to do next to your 9 to 5, right? So it is something that we have to consider. Easiness next to 9 to 5. For my job, which is a sales job, I can do everything from a laptop, right? All my incoming calls, they are all on a VoIP system, so voice over IP. That is all internet based. I do not make any call from my personal phone. My clients, they don't have my personal number. So my personal number, my phone basically is very personal, right? There is nothing on there that has to do with the work that I do. However, sometimes when I'm on the road, which does happen in my occupation, then the phone does become important, obviously. But mainly for the type of customers that I have all around Europe, many of it is done through Zoom. Therefore, only a few local customers will require me to have my phone present, but many days I can have the phone, well, not be in a very close vicinity when I'm working, right? Because I have my laptop with me. So it is not bothering me there that I don't have a laptop close to me. So again, mornings and evenings the same. Mornings, typically, I do use the phone a little bit these days. Priorly, I used to watch YouTube videos right when I woke up, open up my email inbox, open up my WhatsApp chat, whatever, right from the get-go. That is happening less. So you're not really missing the phone in the morning. And in the evening, it is actually great to combine with the 9 to 5 because it actually gives you time. So if you're less on the phone in the evening, it frees up time for you to spend it elsewhere, which I'm actually currently very much doing, spending it in investing it into my body and trying to become a little bit more muscular, get a little bit of a better physique is one of the goals that I have currently, as you guys know. Another question that I think is important to be mentioned is how easy do I think it is going to be to continue this challenge, or at least this type of behavior, the reduction in phone time after these 30 days or these 60 days are gone. I think the addiction with the phone, the itch to open it up, the uncontrollable sense of knowing that there's like a Wild West, not a Wild West, but like a winter wonderland or a wonderland out there. That knowledge stays, so that will never go away. You know, it's a gateway into practically uh, this digital world that is just vast, complete, all surrounding, all encompassing. There's nothing that can beat it, personally, right? So, and it's similar to where I was when I was 14 years old. It's like Azeroth, the World of Warcraft. It's just so vast. There's so much to do. There's so much to learn, so much to see, endless goals, endless things to consume. Um, you cannot really beat that. So the same with if you've been struggling with anxiety, depression, it will never go away completely, right? It will be a friend, a companion with you for the rest of your life, and you just have to accept that it's there, accept that you have limitations, accept that you're challenging with this device, right? It's an enabler, but it's very much a handicap. So it's a two-faced emblem. It's a two-sided sword, basically a two-sided knife that you carry around with you, and you should see it that way, right? It's like the splitting of the atom, right? It creates fusion for unlimited energy, but it also enables for us to create nuclear bombs, right? So yeah, it's a two-edged sword. You just have to deal with it. However, I do think that mentally, and this is something I'll talk about later, you get more equipped to deal with it. So the immediate urge, the habit of just on a regular basis, every day, every evening, every night when you're on the couch, just wane away, totally give over to or give yourself to social media. That is completely gone, and the goal is to keep that up. There's so much benefits to that I think I must continue. At least I'll try to continue, and maybe I'll one day give an update on how that goes with am I still doing well when it comes to my phone effort. So how easy will it be to continue the challenge? Well, the goal is obviously to try to continue it. I think gradually it will be tougher and tougher because now it's very much top of mind, right? I have the obviously the accountability from these videos with it. I'm taking screenshots of the day. I'm really trying to do so. However, I think gradually it will become more difficult and difficult, but if I keep stacking things to do in the evening and in the morning, when it comes to trying to keep myself busy, maybe the importance of the phone goes down because I just enjoy something else more, right? So I'm seeing that I'm enjoying running more and more and more these days. I've been running now for almost a year, now maybe 9 months. And the habit of it is becoming more and more entrenched as being part of me. Same with going to the gym. I've been going to the gym for 5 weeks, but I'm really enjoying it. I feel powerful. I feel stronger. I've been lifting when I was younger, but I can feel the testosterone boost is actually happening because of the resistance training that I'm doing. So that is actually amazing. I think those questions are enough for now. We are close to the 10 minutes mark. I really want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, in which we're going to do another set of questions again. So have a good one. Speak to you later. Bye bye. Okay, we are now at day 28 of the Own the Phone 30-day challenge. Like I said before, these last final days will be utilized to answer some of the, let's call them, important questions surrounding this experiment. Today we are going to talk about two of them. One is enjoyment. So how much do I enjoy this challenge? So is there any particular differences compared to the other challenge that I've done, the Film Yourself challenge? And do I notice any differences in enjoyment? That's the first one. The other one is, and I just looked at my notes, is the second one, which is kind of close to enjoyment. It is how effortless does this challenge feel, right? So the 30-day Own the Phone challenge, how effortless does it feel? Let's go into enjoyment first. I thought about this hard. I don't know if enjoyment goes up. However, I do think that the baseline of being more bored, I don't know, I should say this correctly. I am more bored when the phone is not there. That means that I get more enjoyment out of other things. For instance, breath work, meditation, sports, which is gym, running, reading, writing, talking with my wife, just doing less exciting stuff than what um, screen time might give me, right? Uh, so, yes, because the excitement, which is the peaks of watching videos, well, it goes away. Um, the high you need from other things, because you will always compare it with what you have, right? So it will go down. You will enjoy the normalcies more, because there's nothing to compare to. There's not a very intense high to compare it to. So you don't need to get that kick out of it anymore. So that is sorry about that. Got a frog in my throat. Um, so yes, that is very much a big thing when it comes to enjoyment. When you do this challenge, when you figure out a way to enhance your life in a way where the phone is not becoming this drug, this addiction, and I'm not there yet. I'm not saying that. I am becoming more powerful compared to the pull of the phone, so I'm getting more control over it. Sometimes I still have weekdays, obviously, and I don't mind. I'm not going to pretend that it's not the case, but the pull is less. Therefore, I definitely spend less time on the phone. Therefore, it is not just my constant routine every evening. Specifically this week, I'm doing very well, to be honest, again. Uh, but what it means is that uh, regular things will become more fun, and that actually will enhance the quality of your life significantly. So, after thinking hard and long about this, and also while thinking through it while I'm speaking right now, enjoyment in life will immensely go up. It will not go up because there's such new excitement in life. I think that is definitely the wrong way to look at it. Actually, you're taking a piece of incredible excitement away, but in my view, in my head, that is very much a toxic thing, right? The phone is very much a toxic thing, which you're taking away. So you're taking away this drug, which elevates the regular life. So enjoyment goes up. So definitely a strong effect there. Then the second one, effortlessness. How effortless is this really? And also how effortless is it going to be? Um, there's one thing that is creating a lot of effortlessness when it comes to this challenge, and that is the safe that I already had. I've had it for many, many years, because now they transitioned into a different name. But this is just a simple lock safe. I spoke about it before, but if you do your phone in this box early in the morning, when you know you don't need it, put the timer on for 12 hours or whatever, even longer if you need to, until let's say a half an hour or an hour before you go to bed, or a specific time that you would need the phone. It creates enormous effortlessness when it comes to not needing the phone. Again, the watch, and this is also another question, what enables ease of implementation, right? So it's the same with effortlessness. Um, the watch definitely helps. However, if you would ask me how effortless is it when I don't have those tools, it would be really hard. The thing I would do if I would not have the tools, if I didn't have the watch that can do a lot of texting, calling, whatever, if I did not have my phone paired with my laptop, or if I did not have the Vault, I would come up with a routine. Let's call it like a little box or maybe a safe with a key. Put the safe under my bed with the phone in it. Put the key somewhere else. So put the safe on the top of my house or far away in another room if I have an apartment, and then put the key somewhere else as well. So just creating this physical barrier to make it more effortless, because it's definitely not effortless. You will have these cues in your head where you just really want to get that phone. For instance, going to the toilet, going out for coffee, I don't know, eating breakfast, eating lunch. With me, it was just so regular to take the phone out, start doing my thing on the phone. Um, yeah, so you need to make it. Nothing is effortless, specifically an addiction like this, and I'm still struggling with it. I'm definitely not over that. I binge watched th three 50-minute videos before starting this video, actually. So, I'm still very much addicted to the YouTube screen. But what it's about you're trying. Not only trying, because I think participation trophies are bullshit, but I mean you're actively taking a step every day, trying to do better, right? It's not only trying, but really trying to improve, right? So that's what this is about. So one, you need to create effortlessness. Two, if you do not have the means, you still have to create it, but you have to be a little bit more creative. You might have to put in a little bit more effort, and you have to be smart about it. Well, not smart, but you have to be, how do you say, uh, decisive about it. So you have to say, okay, I'm going to put the key here, I'm going to put the little safe there, or I'm going to put my phone on top of a cupboard or throw it in a place where I know it's going to be annoying to get it, right? So it's definitely doable. However, also in the future, uh, you have to stick with the arrangement that you have to keep it effortless, or to keep away from it as much as possible. The thing with this is, let's say I close down this screen, let's say the whole 30-day challenge is over. If I then change my habits again, I carry my phone around me slowly and gradually. It's the same with a pack of cigarettes. If I would have a pack of cigarettes on my desk here, I would see it, I would smell it. If I go for lunch, I would definitely, there's going to be a day where I'm going to take the pack of cigarettes and I'm going to light one up and I'm going to enjoy my life, because I still, even to this day, it's like it's been 110 or 20 days, whatever. I didn't check last time that I haven't smoked. I know the feeling of a cigarette inside my mouth is just, it's godly. So it's a fight. It's a continuous fight, but it's a good fight, and it's one that I would recommend everybody to go for and to try. So have a good one, and we'll see you in the next. Have a good one. Bye bye. Okay, today is day 29 of the 30-day no phone challenge. It is Friday, June the 7th. We are quite doing the streak these days. It's the end of the week. We've been having quite I must say, a good week, to be honest. Achieved some good things in work, keeping this streak alive, doing some great running, very, very fast running. If you're interested, you can always check out my Strava. Ran sub 4-minute kilometers when I did some strides and also intervals. So for this big body, things are definitely changing, because I've never ran that fast, to be honest, without any aches or pains or things coming up. So my training is getting along. Actually, I think close to September or August would be where I would be running for a year. And I looked at Strava. In total, I clocked almost 900 kilometers of running, also on a single set of shoes. So tomorrow, Saturday, I will be going to buying basically the same set of Caribou shoes, exactly a copy of what I have, running them in for a Sunday long run, because 900 kilometers on one pair of shoes is a lot. So I need to take that into consideration, and I can definitely also feel the damping of the shoes going away. Plus, I have an interesting idea, because it is such a milestone for me to be running this much. I'm going to take the soles of the shoes and I'm going to put them into a small frame that I can hang on the wall, and I'm gonna add the half marathon time and the full marathon time on those shoes on there, because It has been such an enabler. This marathon event has been such a cornerstone event in the calendar, and I'm thinking very much about the impact of this cornerstone event on my life because it's been so tremendous. And sorry about that. As you've noticed, there's a lot of little froggies in my throat this week. Good stuff. Also, interesting update. I did a blood draw today. Again, a very comprehensive test, which gonna also test my testosterone levels again, because last time we tested it a month ago. Now I've been doing tonkat ali, fedosia agrestis, testosterone, and ashwagandha, and obviously a month full of gym, 5 weeks of gymming. So I want to see what the levels, how that has changed. I can feel in my body that there are definitely changes. It would be extremely funny if the test results show no big changes, but I'm not assuming that is the case. Anyway, I'm going to update you guys on that for sure, because probably Monday I will get those results already. However, on Monday I hope to have already finished this no phone challenge and potentially be moving on to the next one. I have some fun ones in the bag that I'm very excited about. Anyway, we are almost at the last day, so this is the first day, or the second to last day, or the first to last, I don't know how you said it. Anyway, it's a 29th day. 2 questions I wanted to touch on. What are some major drawdowns that I'm seeing from this experiment, from this new behavior, this new habit that I'm trying to install, or actually the vice that I'm trying to overcome? And what is a big improvement, right? So we are testing the skills again. First of all, the big drawdown is boredom. You get way more bored, especially in the evenings, especially when you have the phone tucked away or locked away in a vault like I have. Another one is that sometimes you mistime the locking away of the phone and you actually do need the phone. So for instance, yesterday or Wednesday, I had to renew so that was 2 days ago, I had to renew my driver's license. So what happened was I needed my old driver's license to show it to them. Or if I couldn't, I had to mark it down as lost, then I had to pay an extra $30. So what happens is that my driver's license is in this little case that is connected to my phone. My phone was in the vault. I had to go there around 5 o'clock in the afternoon and my phone was still in the vault. So I couldn't collect my old driver's license, but I still had to go to the appointment, which was at the municipality house. And you know, administrative stuff, you don't want to just throw that into the future because I need a new driver's license. So I couldn't take my old driver's license. So basically, that fucked up my timing. My driver's license was locked away, and therefore I had to pay the extra $30 because I told her, yeah, my driver's license, I have it. I can show it to you tomorrow, or maybe at the end of the day, or end of the day, they would be closed, but I could show it tomorrow. She said, no, you can't show it now. You want to get a new driver's license, so you have to pay the additional fee. Bam, $30. Sometimes you also have it with navigation, right? You need your Google phone or Apple Maps, and well, the phone is locked away. You need to go somewhere, so that's an issue. Then you have to memorize it from your head or do another method, whatever. So yeah, there are some big drawdowns. Another one is also staying in contact with loved ones. What I did now is I've put WhatsApp on my laptop, so I can actually do a lot of chatting with friends, loved ones via a laptop now. Prior, I did not have that, but that is something I definitely would recommend you to do to just stay connected. The other one is also banking and administration and email. I used to do that very much on the phone. Now I've transitioned a lot of that back to the laptop. However, my laptop is upstairs in my home office, as you see here. And typically at the end of the day, I'm sitting downstairs, which is 2 flights down, because we no longer live in an apartment in Amsterdam. So we have stairs. So jumping around is different, right? So yeah, not major drawdowns. If I had to categorize them, are they horrible? No. Are they annoying? Are they nuisances? Don't know if that is the correct way. Yes. Can you deal with them? Yes. Is it easy to overcome them? Yes. Is it easy for them to be part of just regular life without having much issue with them? For sure. So no major drawdowns. Actually, but let's get into the second one. What is the big thing? It is the upside. It is the improvements, right? So there are definitely a few things that are improving. So I've tracked a few things. Work. How is work impacted? Well, actually, I think I'm more productive. One of the big reasons is actually that I used to have these moments, for instance, after lunch. Sometimes you get into this little bit dreary, tired phase. You take the phone out, you start social mediaing, and an hour can go by. That does no longer happen. Sometimes, if I don't watch out, it can happen on the laptop, right, with YouTube there. But the phone sticking to the small screen, that doesn't happen anymore. So I think I'm actually more engaged with work during the workday. Mood, uh, well, I think it has gone up definitely in the last 60 days. But when we look at the setting, right? So am I changing things into my environment or maybe my set? So my physical, mental state. I've been taking many supplements, right? So ashwagandha. I've been going to the gym. So there's a lot of, when it comes to set and setting, there's a lot that has been influencing potentially my mood as well, also my work. Energy, the same thing, right? I feel higher in energy. That could be a lot of, it could be the month in Switzerland, it could be the gym, it could be the running. I'm eating also way more, I'm eating better, I'm eating more diverse, I'm eating more vegetables, more fruits, so I'm getting more fiber in as well. So definitely a lot of changes, right? But another one that is noticeable is time, right? So, oh, by the way, I also want to touch on sleep. With me, sleep has always been great. For some reason, I have been blessed by the sleep gods. Whatever I do, I'm just able to sleep well. So, knock on wood for that, but that has never been something that I had to track or improve because that has just been a blessing, right? Sometimes you get those, sometimes you don't. I have it, fortunately, because I think it's extremely important and I would not know what to do if I did not have that one. Anyway, but biggest improvement is time and what time you get back. So when the phone is away, at the end of the day, kids are asleep, went to the gym, or had my time, uh, finished work, there's just a boatload of time left in the day. It's amazing. Also, the weekends. When you're not with the phone on the weekends, there's so much time, there's so much energy, there's so much you can do. It is great. You can fill it up with self improvement stuff, relaxation, taking baths, massages, whatever you want to do. You'll fill it up, you'll do it. However, you'll get bored. So you would want to fill it up, right? Because I think I still have the brain that is very much wired to be stimulated in the evening. You will be finding that stimulation. And yeah, so that's a big improvement. Also, I think you'll get more productive. It's a big one. Um, why? Because you're going to fill that time up. You get more bored, so you're going to get the excitement from somewhere else. I've definitely been getting it from going out to the gym and also running. So if you put that energy into something good, that is definitely life changing, and will definitely have a very positive impact on how you feel. So that is great. Um, and then, yeah, well, the whole improvement of all of this is that uh, I do think life improves a lot because, like we discussed a few days ago, the regular stuff gets more exciting. So you get more kick out of life than before. That is definitely something I've been seeing. The mundane stuff becomes more exciting. Your sense of time becomes more normal. You're less rushed. You don't mind taking your time because you have the time. When you have that phone always there lurking in the background, it's always everything else against the phone or up against the phone, because you're constantly weighing, is this more fun than binging YouTube for 2 hours? And many things are not when you're wired that way. So when you start rewiring and the aggression or the attractiveness of the phone goes down because you just can't do it, that is insanely impactful. And now that I think about it, mood will definitely be improved in that way. Energy will have an effect, obviously. So many things are positively impacted. Yes. So would I recommend you to do this? Hell yes. Start tomorrow. Start being very rigorous. Start being extremely dedicated. Find a way to hide that phone, to lock that phone away, because you're gonna love it. You're gonna see tremendous impact. And definitely my long-term goal is to continue with this as much as possible. See you tomorrow, day 30. Let's do a quick recap then, or let's see what I come up with. We evaluate everything, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay, welcome to day 30 and the final day of the 30-day Film Yourself Challenge. Today is Monday, the 10th of June, 2024. And today is a big day. Why? Because it is not only the end of one of the biggest and most important impactful experiments of my life, but it is also, again, the beginning of something new, right? A new experiment coming up. But before we go into the new stuff, which we're actually not going to touch on today, in another video, the upcoming video, so check out that one for sure, because it's going to be excited. But what we're touching on is, one, what have I learned from this experience? What are the biggest thoughts, insights that I got from this? And then second, would I recommend you out there to do this in your own time and to try this at home, right? First, biggest thought. I now know for sure that I was in fact addicted to the phone. I say was, I should correct myself. I still am very much addicted to the phone. I do not know the definition of addiction. I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatric, how do you say that, a person who knows about the DSM, but I know for sure that I was addicted based on my own terms. For me, it's a drug. It is the most potent type of drug I have in my home. I actually carry it in my pocket. It is crazy like carrying a needle in your pocket, basically. But it is very much a drug for me. And when I get the opportunity, I will definitely abuse it. And it will have quite severe drawdowns on me. Those drawdowns are eyesight, they are attention span, they are twitchiness, how do you say, boredom, anxiety, negative thoughts, just being completely overloaded, overstimulated, overtensed from the phone, and all of that from this little cube, less than 5 centimeters wide and less than 5 centimeters in diameter, basically. Also, again, excuse me for the sizzly nose. I am again in that era. It's now June, where the pollen really try to get me out there, right? So addiction, that's number one. Second, did I overcome the addiction? No, very much the addiction is still there. If I keep the phone close, which I now know, I will abuse it. It's just that simple. It's the same with cigarettes. If you, like I said it before, if you keep the pack close, you'll light one up. So it will be probably very much a lifelong struggle, or maybe just a couple of continuous years long struggle. Why? Because well, the phone will always be near, unfortunately. There are methods to get the phone out of the vicinity, but a phone is just a practical usage of it is just amazing. So it will never go fully away. However, the tightness towards the social media apps or the apps in general, or what it can grant me when it comes to a buzz, that grip can definitely start halting or stagnating. I already feel it stagnating. So that's the next point. I definitely do feel changes. The strength of the pull for me is definitely less. That's the first one. The second one is control. I have more control over when I feel, oh, I'm now abusing the phone, I can lay it down. There's also less of a pull in the morning after I wake up, and definitely in the evening, there's less of a pull if I need to be on the phone. My biggest struggle still there is the weekends. So weekends for me are just tough. When I have some free time, because weekends are very much about relaxation, that phone is just the ultimate God level type of relaxation. Just laying on the couch, laying on the bed, having the phone out, mindlessly scrolling, watching videos. It's just a great drug of choice when you would define it as nice but not healthy, obviously. So control over the phone is better. I'm another effect is I'm definitely enjoying the mundane more. We've already talked about this, so that is a big one. A big learning of is that it's like I said at the beginning, it's an asymmetrical risk where taking one thing away is enabling you on the other end so much, where it's just taking a single thing away allows you to do so much more. So I'm going to the gym these days. I'm running more. I'm eating better. I'm continuing to smoke less. I'm eating more diverse. I'm spending more time with my wife. I'm reading more. I'm writing more. I'm more consistent with these videos. All of that, I'm focused more on my work. All of that is because I think concentration levels are just more there, and I have more time in a day. I still have a lot of energy, but I think I have a little bit more energy though as well, like I said before. But that extra time is just you're gonna feel it, right? You're gonna do it for sure. You're gonna spend it somewhere, and if you can't do it on screens, then yeah, well, you're gonna do something with your time. And that's my next point as well. Is if you really want to do this well, you need to do it completely. You need to do it cold turkey like, right? So you cannot. I wasn't able to moderate it down effectively. No, I had to go put the phone down, not have it there for the whole day. That worked best for me. Just going quite cold turkey, and those were my most effective days, right? Put the phone in the safe, leave it there, and just not think about it. And I was able to do so because of the Apple Watch, obviously, and the safe that I had. And we discussed how you can do it if you don't have the Apple Watch or if you don't have the safe there for you. Um, and then, however, another recommendation that I would make is do it full, do a full screen diet. So not only the phone, but also do a laptop, also do television, right? Because it's very easy to just, okay, if I can't look videos up on the phone in the evening, I'll just lay on the couch and watch television and open it up there, right? That why not do that? So that is very much a big one. You need to do it holistically. You need to do it over all screens. And that would be one of my biggest recommendation. And then also the last point, would I recommend you to do this? Hell yes. If you have the opportunity, if you're watching this today, I would take the opportunity today to put the phone down. Order a magic safe like I have, or I don't know what the name is currently, kitchen safe or a smart safe, whatever. Google it, find it on Amazon. You can buy it. I think it's like $50 or something like that. You even have the smaller version only for the phone. You even have them where you can put your charging cable through it so you stay charged. Get it quickly. Get a second-hand Apple Watch or a smartwatch that can support you throughout the day, and do this because it is going to free up so much of your energy, so much of your focus, so much of your, let's call it, good vibes at the end of the day, where you can spend it on something else. You can invest it in people, you can invest it in skills, you can invest it in doing something better for yourself, read a novel, whatever, do something sustainable, do something that will last and that will have a great big impact on your life. So yes, if I keep on going, it will definitely keep on changing my life for the better. And I've only just begun, right? It's a little over 60 days now that I've been doing this. I can gradually see a decrease. Still, when I started out, I think I was average day it was about 4 hours that I was on the phone. Last week it was 2.5 hours. It's not less than a half an hour a day, but for me, one of the big learnings, that's too rigorous. I cannot with the admin stuff, the communication with friends, things I just need to do on the phone, and sometimes a little bit of relaxation. It is just required to have it there sometimes. So complete owning the phone, that's never going to happen. It's not realistic. But having a more healthy relationship with your phone is definitely what will be an outcome out of this challenge, plus the additional energy, focus, time that you definitely will be spending into something more productive, that will give you more experience points in your life that you can use for good, right? So, recommendation, start today. Really do it. Put it down now. Order the safe or throw the phone out of the window. Make a decision. Have a good one. Bye-bye.